It is time to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. So I will be joining WhickTV in this panel that he's got going on. That's apparently going to be the Epstein files and how everything's been handled, as well as I guess Maga in general. We'll see what. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the fucking chat, man. By the way, like I said before, bro, much appreciated. I'm more than happy to help out any smaller channel that's below me or above me or anything really for that nature. I'm just always here to help out if you ever need anything within my power, bro. But anyways, guys, yeah, I will be on WhickTV. So I think everybody's already kind of entered this. I'm going to enter in here. Keep you guys on mute because the debate does start in about 8 minutes. So we'll see. They're probably saying slur words and stuff like that. But I'll enter in. Let's see here. How do I enter the fucking pit? It's locked. Okay, hold on. Oh, backstage, right? Okay, gotcha. I'm on backstage. See whenever they enter me in. See whenever they enter me in. There you go. Cool. Let's see if my camera works on here. Oh, you guys can hear me. I'm not even muted on my end. My bad. Hold on really quick. Let's just switch it over here. There you go. Okay. Yeah. I'm not. I am live on my end, but my audience can't hear me. So just FYI, guys. Audience cannot hear you guys. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So for y'all in the chat right now, I am live right now on the Discord, and they can't hear me at the moment, but I'm just speaking to you guys. Yeah, but yeah, I do have the guitar in the background. If you can see, I am a guitar player. Yeah. You notice the Goku thing there? I actually drew that, bro. I'm an anime fan in general, but I'm not like huge on like the big like I don't know every single anime there, but I do know the old school ones. I was a big Yu Yu Hakusho fan. Yeah, love the Yu Yu Hakusho shit, bro. Yeah. That one, even some of the new ones, bro, like the Solo Leveling. That one came out of Korea. That one's really good. So that one's really good. Yeah. But yeah. Actually, we all have guitars in the background, do we? I just noticed that right now. Okay, there you go. All right. Anyways, chat. Yeah. So we're just about to get started. We're about. I see 9 of you in here. We are about to get started and whatnot. So, yeah, guys, just fucking be a little bit patient here, and we'll get the show rolling. I think I'm good. Yeah, what's up, Aztec Phoenix? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Right now, I'm in the background, guys. So the show should be starting in about 3 minutes. So hang tight. Appreciate the support, Robert. See you in the chat, man. Appreciate you. Don't worry, guys. The show will be starting soon. Don't worry. I do have a question. What is your favorite DBZ arc? The favorite DBZ arc, bro. Easily, I think for me, it has to be the Cell Game Saga, bro. Cell Game Saga. Definitely my favorite DBZ arc for sure. It's got to be Cell, bro. Got to be Cell. I love Frieza. Frieza, like the 4 hours of fighting, kind of was kind of luxury for me. but outside of that, yeah, definitely would have to go with the Cell games, man. But yeah, good to see everybody in the chat, man. Good to see everybody in the chat. Yeah, I've been good, bro. Dude, thanks for inviting me on, Wick. I've heard of you, by the way. First time on your show, bro. So thanks, appreciate it. Mm-hmm. All right, hang tight, guys. All right, we're back. We're back. All right, we're going live. Let's do it.
Welcome one and all to yet another episode of WhickTV. It's a cross-ideological space where we come together to talk about issues both political and cultural, from the silly to the serious. And we have what I would
By the way,
consider
chat, can everybody
fairly
hear
serious
the audio?
topic
Let me
today.
know if everything's good.
We're going to be talking about Trump's handling of the Epstein files. A few months ago, at this point, Pam Bondi said she had them on her desk ready to go. And now the line is that they are a hoax, is what Trump calls them. A hoax made up by Obama and
Thank
Clinton,
you. Everything's good.
Hillary Clinton. In his latest post, and I'll just read this for you all verbatim, he says this: the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which Diem swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the
It's a
left
tweet
for
from
8 long
Trump.
years.
Ghost. It's
I've
a tweet
had more
from Trump.
success in 6 months
He's reading
than
the
perhaps
tweet.
any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented successes because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So the question on today's show is this all a hoax? Is Trump handling this well? Or is Trump actually on the Epstein list. We have some great guests to talk about it. I'm going to give the mic first to a friend of mine, Irrelevant, friend of the show, and then we'll kind of go around the room. Irrelevant, go ahead, give us your opening thoughts.
So my opening thoughts are pretty basic. I feel like it's pretty transparent that he's worried about what people might say or think once they see the information contained in there. There is no earthly reason. There's not a logical, coherent reason why it shouldn't be presented to the general public. There's just no reason given that makes any sense. If it's a big hoax, if it's all of these, whatever, just allow the American public to decide for all of that. Ghislaine Maxwell offered to be able to testify about the client list. Congress offering to do this. It makes no sense to not make it
Appreciate
public.
you, bro.
He's worried about what will happen once people see what's inside. So, yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how people defend this. It's like, okay.
Well, thank you for being here, and I guess we'll find out. First time guest on my show, hopefully not last time guest. Thank you for being here, Jake Varr. Is that how you say your last name?
V-A-R.
Varr. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Tell people who you are, what you do, and what are your thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Jake Varr. I run a YouTube channel called Project Veopod. I'm also on Rumble, etc. And you can find me on X and Instagram with just Jake Varr. It's very simple there. But yeah, as far as my thoughts go on this particular topic, I've noticed that when it comes to the Democrats or the lefts in general, they never gave a flying fuck about the Epstein files in general. Like nobody really cared about it. It was really just the MAGA movement that talked about the Epstein files till today. It's been divided, and Trump, by saying that there's nothing to look over here, guys. Fucking, there's no client list. There's none of this. It is backtracking. That is 100% true. However, now I just find it very interesting that now all of a sudden liberals are all of a sudden very interested in the Epstein files when they had really no particular interest at all. So I will tell you this. I don't know if I'll call it a hoax. I think there is a list. I think there is a blackmail list. I would call it the blackmail list. And I can go into further descriptors of that later in the show.
Okay, I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Tristan, hello.
Hello. What's up, guys? Typically, I make rideshare content, but my guilty pleasure is doing debates. One way that I like to rate my presidents is based off of what they say when they're campaigning and what they execute on. And whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, unfortunately or fortunately, your president is Trump. And if he promised that he's going to do something, whether we like it or not, we shouldn't be made to feel bad if he does a 180 on us. So that's my general take, and we'll see how that evolves throughout this conversation.
Well, thank you for being here. Really excited to have you again. Next up, also first time on my show, coming highly recommended, Rachel. Rachel, tell people who you are, what you do, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. So, Rachel's Ghost. I have a YouTube channel just started last month with my friend Blake McKenzie. I'm here by the good graces of Sarah, the Raging Tomato, the lovely, the gorgeous, the effervescent.
There we go.
Sarah, the Raging Tomato. So everybody should be subscribed to that channel. I'm with.
That's
I'm
a
going to be
tranny.
with Jake. I'm going to be riding Jake's coattails all the way through this thing. Maybe I should, switch hats. But we'll stick with the Stetson here. So my thoughts are that Trump is idiosyncratic. He delivers. He's made promises, promises made, promises kept. Has been a byword for this president in every positive way. You want to know about the rationale, how we would defend it. We've got to consider victims. So we'll talk about those victims. We'll talk about non-disclosure agreements that were signed and sealed under court of law, where these people were brought up in trial. Remember, Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail. So really looking forward to being here, and I thank you, Wick, for hosting me on this first appearance. I hope I don't let the team down. We want to be fun and have a good discussion with everybody, with a lot of respect for everybody, regardless of where you are on this political spectrum of ours.
Okay, well, glad to have you all here. And with that, the floor is open. We can have a discussion and things like that. I guess my first question, though, to your side, Rachel and Jake, is if it's not a hoax, Jake, then why is Trump saying it is? And then we'll, again, it's a discussion, it's open discussion, so people can just jump in. But that'll be the jumping off point.
That's a really good question right off the bat. So again, at this point, it's all speculation, Wick. It's all speculation. But if I had to guess, if you look at the Epstein files and Jeffrey Epstein's past and his affiliation when it comes to a particular state in the Middle East, I think we all know what I'm talking about here. Can I actually use the words terminology here, Wick, or is that off limits?
What are you trying? Like
the J people,
getting at?
little hat people.
You can say Israel if you want to say Israel.
Okay, the state of Israel, etc. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, from what I believe, which would be the most likely reason why Trump is kind of covering up, is because Jeffrey Epstein was associated with Mossad, and Mossad has a massive amount of history spying on the United States. If these files come out, it would show that Israel has been funding a PDF file ring here in the United States, committing lots of crimes. And we know that, to be honest, Trump is very much more, rubbing.
If that was okay, because you said a couple. Okay. You said a couple of things there, and you're loading a lot. So if that was true, why is all of the Democrats in Congress?
Yeah, this is a nonpartisan issue.
Release it.
Yeah, this is not a nonpartisan issue.
No.
So
if what you're claiming is that Mossad and Israel have all of this blackmail and all of these politicians,
sure,
then why is every single Democrat not worried about?
Yeah, right now that's the thing.
Is it every single one of them?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, two or like three?
When Biden was in power, nobody was talking about the Epstein files. That's the thing. Nobody
That's
cared.
not true. You're literally living in a delusional.
Let him finish. Let him get through it, and then you can interrogate him. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jake. Yeah.
I was just saying. I was just going back to my point here, is that when it comes to the Democratic Party, if you look at the lobbyism of the Jewish, the AIPACs and the Jewish lobbyists, they fund the Democrats and the Republicans. This is a nonpartisan issue here. Democrats like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, even everybody from Ted Cruz, etc., they all agree on protecting Israel, funding Israel. We give them $4 billion per year. This is nonpartisan. Right? When the Democrats were in power, they didn't give a shit. It was the Maga, specifically the Magas, that were very emphasizing on the Epstein files, right? This is why the Democrats didn't release it neither, and if Trump was on the list, they could have easily have leaked out a portion of those Epstein files to the public and show that Trump was on that list here. So there are some things. I don't think he was. Is it possible? Sure, but I don't think that's the case.
And with the power they had, where you have antagonists like John Brennan, you've got Jake Clapper, you've got James Comey, you've got people in very powerful, influential positions that could have said, we're going to gatekeep this. We're going to allow the BART on Trump, and we're going to delete, we're going to excise, we're going to redact whatever we need to redact. And the way we want, but we're going to make sure Trump's name out there. Why do we need Russian prostitutes pissing on this fucker when we can go out and we can just nail him with some you throw a kid in the bed with them off on some island, and we got all the evidence we need. You are done. And in that instance, Maga is dead right at that one instant. Yep. It never happened. Why didn't they do the kill shot? They can do it in Butler, but they can't do it through paperwork and the Epstein Island. You had it all. You had Smoking Joe, who was just as sharp as a tack, from what I'm understanding.
Can I interrupt? Is that a thing I can do?
Yes,
now?
Go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
so
go.
I don't know if you're fighting with your imaginary friend or what it is, but the Democrats were concerned over the Epstein situation, even while Joe Biden was president. Okay, I want it noted though.
Did they advocate to release him?
Killed. Excuse me.
Hold on.
I want it noted that Epstein was killed under Trump's watch. By the way, in a federal prison. That's very interesting. Under Trump's watch, that happened. But even beyond that, if you're for this conspiracy that you're trying to draw out, it makes no sense for the Democrats, who are apparently held under blackmail by Mossad, to be voting to make the Epstein files public. It makes no sense. If it is true that they were blackmailed by Israel, and as you said, it was in Israel's best interest to keep these files under wraps in order to shroud their control over the American political system. It would make no sense for them to all vote to make the Epstein files public. It makes no sense. So I don't know why you're just
so why didn't they advocate to release the files when Joe Biden was in power?
I believe it's not just Republicans that
Well,
are being
okay,
implicated in this.
Can I ask him that question really quick? Why didn't they advocate? Why didn't they release it during Joe Biden's administration?
Well,
Yeah, they had 4 years.
I forgot what this. Pardon me, I don't remember your name. But like he was
That's
talking
Jake.
about, I imagine there was other people, Democrats as well, implicated in this. But also because the political will for somebody actively participating in a very, very public cover-up of
who
the
is that?
Epstein situation,
Who?
Trump.
Okay,
Trump.
so you believe
Trump is actively.
So if
yes, Trump is.
if Trump was on the
there's
Epstein
not a belief.
files,
This
why
is a-
didn't
excuse
they
me.
Hold on,
leak
you
it
got,
during the Trump
Jake,
administration? then?
quick,
Excuse me,
calm
excuse
down.
me.
You gotta let Irrelevant finish
So
this time. Go ahead.
It's not a matter of opinion. Trump is right now. You can again fight with your imaginary friend if you like. Trump is right now saying there is no Epstein client
I
list.
agree.
Oh, that stuff that Pam Bondi was saying earlier. Oh, that's not a thing. That's
Never
not a real
disagreed
thing.
with that.
Whatever. It's totally. You're gonna keep talking. It's totally just a fabrication. Trump is attempting a cover up of the Epstein.
Sure, just like the
situation.
Democrats.
He's saying it's not a big deal. I don't know why you keep talking. He is attempting to do that right now. So this idea that it's not happening, it is. And once the Democrats saw this was happening, they're voting to be able to make it public.
Yes.
My simple question is, if every single Democrat is apparently held under blackmail, all of them all of a sudden grew a spine. All of them all of a sudden grew a spine. The Republicans should have met him halfway. Why didn't the Republicans vote to release the Epstein files? If all of the Democrats did.
Yeah, so there was a bunch of straw mans there that he wanted to leak out right there, like right off the bat, whole bunch of straw mans. I never said that that every single Democrat is on the list or it's XYZ. It was a bunch of fucking nonsense here, bunch of straw mans. Look, again,
I never
during
said
the
you
Biden
said that.
administration, during the Biden administration, if they cared about the Epstein files so much, what and you believe, is this your belief that Trump is on the Epstein files? This is why he's doing the hoax and the cover up? Is that your belief?
No, I have no idea. I don't know why you.
What's your theory?
I have. Stop. You asked me a question. I'm gonna answer it. I don't know who or what is on the Epstein.
So you
files.
just don't know.
I know
Okay,
that
great. He just doesn't know.
Hold on. Are you saying
Do
files
you
or
know?
lists?
Hold
How do
on.
we
Do
differentiate
you
Let me
know?
give you a
Have
theory.
you
at
read
least.
it?
Give
Have
me
you
your
read
theory.
it?
Give me your theory. I get
Yeah,
you mine. Give me
my
yours.
theory is that my theory is that there are powerful and influential people who were in close contact with Epstein, including Donald Trump. I don't even need the list to prove
So
that
just
Donald
Donald
Trump was in
Trump?
close contact. Excuse me. Excuse me. Come on, man. You know how conversations work. This isn't the first time.
Dude, you're being aggressive
Including
off the
Donald
bat.
Trump.
Why can't I be aggressive back?
Yeah, okay. It's because you're interrupting me. I have no problem with aggressive people.
I
Listen,
really
love
don't
aggressive
like
people.
moderating, but I'm going to have to moderate, and it's gonna make me in a bad mood. Please don't put me in a bad mood, right?
Wick, I'm already
So
mad
let
at you for
him get
moderating.
his point out. Let Irrelevant finish his point. He will ask you a question, then you'll have a chance to answer it. And I want to get Tristan in here. He's been trying to get in here for a little bit.
Fair enough.
So that's the order we're going to go in. We're going to let Irrelevant finish. We're going to go to Jake. Then we're going to get Tristan in here. And that's the order we're going to go in. And then, Rachel, if you have something to say, we'll add you to the list as we go. That's what we're going to
Well,
do.
I got
Go ahead.
something to say.
So
Don't worry.
it is, to my opinion, that there's probably powerful people that were very close to Epstein
He totally
that had
gets
some
booster
kind of
shots
knowledge
still, bro.
as to
Right
his
now, he
endeavors.
has it in his
Whether they
ass.
participated in that, I'm not sure. The only thing that I care about is making sure that this information gets out into the public because it is a public concern, very significant public concern. Even if there isn't anything crazy or damning in it, it is very important to build public trust in the government for that to be made public. Also, I want it noted, Trump ran on a campaign in which stuff like this should have been made public. He talked about things like this. His supporters talked about things like this. And then now he's just backing off of it. It looks bad because, frankly, there probably is something bad going on there. That's my opinion.
Now you can go, Jake.
Okay, great. So, so now we got his theory. He just says, well, Trump, I don't know if anybody else is on the Epstein list, but for sure, I know Trump is, and that's undoubtable. This is his
I never
argument
said
here,
that.
which, by the way, he can't prove at all. Obviously, this is just a theory. But again, going back to my theory, where the Democrats and the Republicans, this is, again, a nonpartisan thing, a very nonpartisan situation, where we have already been speculating that Epstein already has ties to Mossad. He has ties through Ghislaine Maxwell and her father, who is an agent of Israel, etc. So there was definitely, how did Epstein even make his money in the first place? You know, we still, till this day, don't know. We still don't know this. The Democrats did not release the Epstein files. They didn't even want to talk about it. They didn't make it a big deal. It was MAGA that did. There's a reason why. And by the way, Trump did not run off of a campaign of, I'm going to release the Epstein files. If you read
Really?
Agenda 47, a lot of this came through talks through Pan Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, which again, I'm not even backing that up. Trump does need to release those files because I would still consider that a promise either way. All right. I'm not trying to fucking be biased about
You don't
the
remember the
situation.
Fox News interview?
Yes, I do, bro. I totally get you
Okay.
there. This was all promises from.
He said he was going to release it.
Yeah, they
No, it was for
asked him, would you release it? He said, yeah, I'll think about it. For sure, that's something on my
No,
list.
he said, yeah, I will. But,
Yeah,
with that we're going to be a little bit more careful because
Yeah.
some innocent people can
Exactly,
be implicated. And
exactly.
now he's not doing it at all.
Yeah, I know that.
And is making fun of people who want it.
But
So
again,
that's
that's
not
my
a
problem
promise
with him. Yes, and we're on the same page, bro. So I don't know why you bring that up if I'm actually
not
in
on the same
agreement
page.
here.
No,
I'm
we're
in
not on the same
agreement there. I'm in agreement there. Again, your theory is that he's on the list. Give me an argument. Give me an argument on why you think that.
I understand you might be hard of hearing. I never said he was on the list.
You said that was your theory.
No. I didn't. You're hard of hearing because you even made fun of me for saying I don't know if he's on the list because I'm actually
and then when I pressed you on the question, you said,
excuse me, I don't know who is on the list. That's what I said very definitively. Nobody does. You don't either. I don't know why you're breathing out of your mouth here. You have no idea who the hell is on the list.
Yeah, I want to give Tristan a chance to get in here and then Rachel as well. So Tristan,
yes,
the floor is yours.
So both of you, when you guys were going back and forth, you were using, you could have been using lists and files interchangeably. And it's, I think 100% that Trump is in the files, right? If you go through all the court cases, but we don't know the list. Yeah. So we just don't know the list.
Yeah.
So Jake, you're asking us, why didn't the Democrats release it? My answer is going to be different from his. I think that it implicates some Democrats. But I want to ask you that same question. Why do you think Trump isn't releasing it?
Yeah, I already answered that. Again, it goes back to the powers that be, which is Israel. Israel has already established a lot of lobbyists on both the Republicans and the Democrats. They fund both. Even if you look at the percentage of their success rate when they fund a politician, it's a 97% success rate. Okay, and this is both on Democrats and Republicans. So this is nonpartisan when it comes to that.
This is nonpartisan. Do you think that? So I don't agree with your framing that Democrats were never interested in this. I believe they were, but that's fine. I'm gonna work on.
Do you think they were as interested as like the Maga?
Well, let Tristan.
I think that so it's difficult to compare. It's because it's like saying, do you think people cared about student loan forgiveness before Biden promised them student loan forgiveness?
Yeah, they did care about that before,
but not as much, not to that degree. So
they were literally
have someone.
These college kids were protesting that shit and they wanted it, and Trump. So Biden promised it and didn't deliver.
So I believe that there's all right. So there is a pushing and pulling of wants on things, right? And when you have, I'm not going to say Trump necessarily campaigned on it. It does feel like he was pushed towards it. Like if he gave a bad answer on this, it's going to hurt his chance of winning. I
agree.
And I believe Trump was saying whatever he could do to win, even if it implicated himself, right? And to me, whether it's Biden or Trump, it's disgusting. I hate it.
I agree.
Biden tried,
I agree.
but Biden being a long-term politician, he should have known better whether or not he can execute on the student loans. So for me, that's a problem for me. Even if you believe, all right, so I guess my question here is, do you feel like you guys were taken advantage of by Trump during his campaigning when it comes to this section of his promises?
That's a good question.
Like, do you think
do you want me to answer? Rachel, do you want to go first?
I like both. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, and then I'll follow up after.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as your question, do I feel like I was lied to or betrayed? Something along those lines, right? So that you're asking me. I would say no, not necessarily. I think Trump kept a lot of the promises of what I voted him. Like as far as the main issues of why I put him in there, immigration was the biggest one for me. Immigration was a huge one, and I believe he's doing a great job right now. Other promises that he's kept, for sure. Again, the Epstein shit was fucking on my list. However, you go back to Agenda 47, that wasn't a official campaign from Donald Trump saying that he will release it. This was all under the news in the videos. But I agree, he should do it because
before we go any further.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you up. I don't want to get past that point. He also campaigned at 47. He didn't know what was going on there. So you can't attribute 47 to him.
Agenda 47, that was his official policies that he ran off of officially.
Are you talking about 2025, Tristan?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
but
Okay.
just to be clear, because I don't
What were
think
you
you
talking
actually
about?
answered his question, Jake. Tristan's asking specifically about the Epstein file promises. When it
Yeah, I
comes
said
to
I
the
don't feel
Epstein file
betrayed.
promises, which Trump made to not only Fox News but also in his interview with Lex Friedman, where he said, "Yes, I will release those files." Do you feel betrayed in that promise?
In that
Do you think
specific
that Trump lied to you in that specific incident?
Oh, okay. So when you say betrayed, I'm thinking as an overall thing. Like,
Not overall, just
okay, not overall.
on the Epstein
With
file
that,
specifically.
with that particular part right there, I would say, you know what, Trump, you lied to me. You should release that. If you said you're going to do that, you should do it. I totally get you there. Yes, he lied.
Okay.
What about you, Rachel? Same answer. What do you think?
I don't think he lied at all. I think Trump had a wake up call once he got in there. He had every intention of doing things, and then suddenly he's got one of his intel people whispering in his ear, some of his legal people saying, "Sir, you can't do that because the victim number 2 here redacted." Has an NDA signed also with the perp that was there. And of course, if you remember what little bit was released, it was like kind of perpetrator number 1, perpetrator. They were all given numbers. And I think Alan Dershowitz was on Fox the other day talking about how they disclose that and how they put that kind of information out. And he was emphasizing this point about victimhood in here. Further information coming out just about protecting those people. So back to the issue. Did Trump knowingly not lie? No, I don't think so. I think he was in his heart. He wanted to do it. He was sincere. And then people closer and more familiar with the facts pertaining to it all said, hold on, you got to cool your jets on this. And in fact, I think that's where where we first went awry. Pam Bondi's out there all going ahead. She says, well, the influencers with the portfolios, we all saw that. And then she's got them on her desk, and then the backtracking started happening. Somebody went in there and threw a wrench and said, stop this train right now. We're not going to go ahead with it. You're not allowed to go ahead with it. And it may have been, now we're, I don't know what you guys have for a security clearance, but mine is very low. I mean, I don't have a security clearance. So all we can do is hypothesize and use conjecture and some logic about some of these events. We know the kind of people that Trump is up against, the 51 intel agents. Trump lays them out, Wick, as you played or you quoted from that post that Trump made on Truth Social. We know about Hunter Biden's laptop. They lied about that. We know Russiagate, Russia. Trump mentioned all this. So
yeah,
the
agree,
people
Robert
that
Ely.
want to attack him, they impeached him twice. They had Mueller's special counsel convened. A lot of effort. We got the mug shot. We got the shooting in Butler. We got a whole bunch of stuff trying to stop this guy. And so now what's happened? We're missing some information. Is it possible that from the time that Trump was in office in 2020 and then the Mar-a-Lago raid, right now that started not by an FBI that's friendly to Trump's administration, it's a Biden admin go in there. What if they got some papers? What if Trump had his own Epstein papers and then the same people that made up all that other crap decide, hey, why don't we doctor these? I don't like the idea that Bill Clinton's name is in here. Let's put Trump in there. Can we get this? Julie, can we get it? Can we get a Trump name in here on this? Yes, no problem, right away. All the rest of it. We know all about the lovers, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page. So all these people were targeting Trump. It is possible the evidence could have been tampered with and it would make it inadmissible. And Ghislaine Maxwell wanting to be the witness, suddenly she's going to be Julie truthful and appear before Congress going, all I know is the truth and I'm here to tell it as I really know it. It was Trump. You get me out of here. I mean, come on. So these are
Rachel.
Let's let Tristan and Relly really wants to go here. I can tell. Tristan.
So I believe you have a good heart, generally speaking, and you're doing something I've seen a lot of MAGA supporters do, where they will take how they feel and then implant it into Trump. Right? You're saying that Trump is trying to protect all of these people who were don't want their identities out there, right? Let's sit there for a second. He hasn't said that, right? Pam Bondi has mentioned it, but Trump himself, if he were to say that, I could see him winning so much more praise from his own fan base and maybe some outside of his fan base. But he goes down this weird rabbit hole, right?
Tristan,
what was that?
I believe Trump did mention something about that there's people on those files that have nothing to do with those files, and it could hurt their livelihood. He did state that.
I believe.
Yeah.
No. I know what you guys are talking about. I don't believe he's talking about the victims. I think he's talking about the names that might appear.
Yeah, like the gardener or some shit like that. Yeah. Like people that Epstein associated with, etc. That could
like
be
himself,
on those,
right? So we don't have proof that Trump did anything with the children, right? There's no proof of that, but he was associated with it, and I believe that's what he's talking about. Hey, here are people who have associated with Epstein that didn't do anything bad, and I agree. If a list were to come out and you get close to it and you didn't do anything, people can still view you negatively, and I think those are the people he's trying to protect. I don't think he's trying to protect the children who were taken advantage of. I really don't. He hasn't said it. Right. So
I agree.
Yeah. And not only that, we know how the media is, right? The media, they don't really care too much about context here, and they'll run with it.
And I don't care. Right. I don't care. If it's at the point where there is too much gray area here, you need to release everything except the victims. Right. So I agree. Protect the victims, but you can release everything else. And we're in a populist movement. Let the people decide.
I agree.
Okay,
I think we all agree on that. To the extent that we can protect the victims, that's critical, and also to the extent that innocent names, because Trump's argument is that the media is indiscriminate and they can't be trusted with it because a name will come out and then the guy's life is ruined because now such and such an individual has been named in this thing.
Shoot.
And is really
the public victims have died. Someone's murdering the public victims. I don't know her name, but I know someone who accused, I think it was one of the princes. She died in a car accident recently within the last month or something like that. Like they need to be protected.
Did she?
But I don't think. If someone wants to do a quick Google search on that and let me know, but it's something I heard in passing today, so I'm not 100% sure.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I got a question.
But if we are all in agreement with what was just said, then
I don't think we are though. Like honestly, but go ahead, Relevant.
Yeah. Then I'm just curious. Then again, why are we not holding the Republican Congress people accountable for blocking the vote? Because the Democrats voted to have it released. That is the case. So
I heard on that
fact check, the woman, Virginia Giuffre, did not die in a car crash. She died by suicide.
Right?
Oof.
Yeah, I think after
so she died
from the car crash.
Hold on, I like what Trishan's doing. That's great. I want those quotes on there. Attaboy.
So let me ask you, what do you mean by accountable? What should we do to the Republican Party?
Probably primary them, get them all out if they're defending. So if we agree with the idea that these things need to be public as a matter of public safety, because there might be, again, I don't know, nobody here knows, there might be a ring of powerful people
or might not
who are preying on children. That's what the word may means. Powerful people preying on children, then the public ought to know. And this is clearly controversial inside of the public, but there is Republicans who are actively blocking the general public's knowledge of, come on, I'm almost done. The general public's knowledge of whether or not this is happening.
Yeah. So
there's no reason for that.
So here's the problem with that thing. You're basing everything off of theories. You don't have any of the facts. You're saying, well, it could possibly be that there's a PDF file ring. Possibly. So therefore, because it possibly could be happening, we should get rid of the entire Republican establishment.
No,
that makes no sense
what?
there.
Is that what I just said?
Yes.
Are you hard of hearing?
No. Are you hard of explaining? Listen.
Because you just
sound dumb, bro. You literally sound stupid there.
I refuse that because you straw man my argument. So I'm going to explain what I just said.
You said this is all off of theory.
Wait, let me explain what you just straw man.
Okay, what did I
be
straw
quiet
man,
for a moment.
What did I straw man, bro?
So I said the reason why they should be primaried isn't because a crazy thing happened to the Republican. It's because they all voted in a specific
and I didn't say that.
When voted to, Genuinely, is it like a
Do
generic problem?
you
or like, what is
seriously
going on here?
cannot
Like, do you need
bro,
to take some
you cannot
medication
feel, man,
or
the
what is
situation here? Let me explain
do
again.
you need some you can take a break, bro. Get some water.
See
Do
how
you need
fucking
water?
triggered he is.
Do you need water?
Right now, chill out, bro, chill out.
Yeah, that
So-
tends to happen when you keep
so-
interrupting somebody in the middle of speaking. That
Okay,
tends
go.
to happen.
Go, bro.
Anyway, so the Republicans blocked that vote to make the files public. If everybody agreed with what was just said, that it is of public importance to make the files public, the Republicans in Congress disagree with you. And you need
So not
to
everybody
reconcile that difference. So, yeah, it sounds like you. It sounds like you don't want the Epstein files public. That's what it sounds like.
Nope.
Okay, so then what? So if you want the Epstein files public, what are you going to do to the people who are blocking them from being public?
Okay,
What are
so,
you gonna
so really quick, the theory when it comes down to it that you say, well, because they blocked it, all right, and again, it may or may not be that there's a PDF file ring, all right, may or may not be, and you want them taken out because they blocked it, all right,
Because they blocked the general public from
sure,
that. Yep.
yeah, okay, but the general public, okay, you have the MAGAs that fucking wanted this out, and you have a part of the Republicans that say let it go, and you have a part of the Democrats that say let it go. It's not everybody in agreement that this shit should come out, bro.
I'm
Not
curious.
everybody's-
Did
not-
you
hold on,
see
hold
the
on, hold on.
vote?
Hold on.
Wait, I'm
No,
actually. Did you
I
see
did
the
see
vote?
the vote. Yes,
I don't
it
think
was
you
all
saw the vote.
Republicans that voted against it.
Voting
Yes,
no. Yes.
but
okay.
hold-
So it
yes,
is.
but bro-
It is a partisan thing. So you just
but
made
bro,
that up.
Yeah, no, it is a partisan thing. So not everybody's in agreement that this shit should come out. Duh.
Yes.
All
The
right.
point is
But
that
the
the
gen-
people
but
who
hold
are
on, hold
not
on,
in
but the general-
agreement should
I'm
be
sorry.
held to task.
It's funny
That's
how he's
the point.
interrupting me and everything. So are you going to
Yeah,
shut
no,
up?
I was
Yeah,
just
no,
saying,
no,
give
no,
me
I'm
your
just saying,
solution.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
me your.
You guys,
so
you
again-
guys are crazy.
Give me your solution.
Finish
Go
your
ahead.
point, Jake. Finish
Yeah,
your
so
point,
so
Jake,
really
and then we'll
quick,
get
just
more
it's just asinine to say that because it may or may not be a PDF file ring, therefore we should punish the Republicans for voting against that. It's just asinine. It's fucking an
Okay.
asinine.
I
take.
mean,
Now,
I'm not interested in
again,
protecting.
now this would be a
child
better.
predators,
Now this
but
would
you are.
this would
Okay.
be yeah. You're just no.
Oh,
This would be
Yeah,
a better.
no, I mean,
this
it's
would be a
pretty.
better-
It's pretty.
can
That's
I
just
finish?
what this is.
Can I finish,
This is
bro?
what this is.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
doing
go ahead,
shaming
bro.
tactics,
I wanna
bro.
hear
Shut
you.
up.
Yeah, you
So,
should be
yeah,
shamed for this.
You're just
This is
doing
a
shaming
stupid
tactics.
thing to
I never
defend.
said anything about
That's
that.
why he asked
Listen
if
to you,
everybody
bro.
agrees
I'm
with
literally
this.
just breaking down your
Point.
logic. I'm breaking down your
Go ahead.
logic.
Go for it.
Your logic
Go
is
ahead.
dumb. Okay, listen to your logic.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Mhm.
so again, if we know for a fact, that there was a PDF file ring, and we all know, and the Epstein files came out, and then the Republicans continue to say that there's no justice to go past that we don't have to fucking go after the victims, and they're saying nothing to see here. The Republicans are saying nothing to see here, hypothetically. Then I would say vote them out, get them out of here, because we know that this whole conspiracy theory is actually true. Then I would agree with you on that. In this case, you're just speculating. These are just theories, bro. You can't go off of a theory to do that. That's
I
my
want
point.
to read.
can.
I want to
I
take this moment.
Wait.
I want to take this moment to read some of the super chats. Continue to super chat me and continue to give me money. Once I make a little money, we're gonna. I have a question, right?
God
to
damn,
kind
this
of
guy's so
maybe-
fucking dumb.
Maybe stop.
This guy
the
is so
circle, right?
stupid,
But
bro.
We'll see. I don't know. And then we'll just get back into it. So here's a first.
He said I
up,
was backing up
Doobie,
PDF files
$10.
when
Thank
I'm
you.
just
Doobie
testing out his logic.
says,
His
"If you
logic is
wanted to
fucking
do it,
retarded.
but can't because of an NDA. Why is he saying it doesn't exist? Why not just say there's an NDA? Come back to reality. Trump is either a diddler, shielding diddlers, or a liar.
By the way, this is a leftist
sandwich time for
leftist
dollars
panel.
and 50 euros, €2 and 50 pence, I guess. Rachel, do you like some sandwiches?
I
Some
love
sandwich
sandwiches. Yeah, absolutely. That's sandwich time. He's one of the kids. who
Yeah,
love house
typical
smash.
fucking
Thank you
liberal,
for
bro.
thank you for the money.
Trying to
$10
test
from
out his
Dewey.
logic, and he's
Say,
like, users
quote,
support
"I'd like to
PDF
tell you about
files.
the powerful
Shaming
diddlers in our
tactics, bro.
government,
That's all
but I
they
can't
have.
because
They don't
non-diddlers
actually have
might be
arguments.
inconvenienced and-
This is
and
why
quote.
they're so fucking
So
dumb.
he'd rather let these
What are you gonna
pedos
do?
get away with it than inconvenience people. $10 more from Doobie. Thank you, Doobie. To say at some point Trump supporters just need to accept that they were. The
Yeah, I
rumors
did
and
ask him
pedo
that, and he
supporters
just
all
said, "Well,
along.
I just don't
It wasn't
know.
the transes going after kids.
I just don't
it
know."
was
I'm like,
Trump.
"Well, that's your theory."
And then
No,
$2
I didn't say that,
Canadian
Jake.
dollars
Are you hard of
from
hearing?
Icicle Johnson
Fucking
to say
moron.
Trump is a diddler confirmed. Thank you for the money. Okay,
Fucking
that
moron.
done. I just really don't understand, and please help me understand, Jake, right? So if I had a book, right, let's say this book, and I told you, hey, there's this book out there, and there's a list of names in this book of a powerful PDF file ring. And thank you, Tango Thoughts, for the 20 gifted memberships. Thank you. You don't know if I'm telling the truth, right? You don't know. I might be lying to you.
It's a theory.
It might be just a conspiracy. Yeah, it's a theory.
Yeah, it's conspiracy
But one
theory.
way we could test that theory
Mhm.
is looking
Releasing it.
inside and seeing the list. Yeah?
Yes. Good. Yes, I
Okay,
agree.
So
Yes. Yeah.
why would we not want to see the list released? And why,
We do want to see it.
if okay, but
Mhm.
then why is Trump? Why wouldn't you criticize Trump for blocking the list?
I have criticized him. Bro, look, literally, I did an entire stream criticizing this guy just the other day. Again, Trump made promises through the news to release the Epstein files. Again, he fucking lied about it. Bad Trump. Yes, I criticize him.
What?
Okay. But again, there's theories on there. Okay. I know Rachel fucking had a theory about other people that there's more to it. That could be a theory as well. I get it, right? Maybe he didn't know the circumstances when he came into there, right? But you have to judge him based off of other politicians that have been in power before, that they didn't do the same thing neither. In fact, their demographic of people that voted for them, you guys, never pressured them in the first place to release those files. It was MAGA the whole time, partially of MAGA, that was pushing for that shit. And then the moment that he says nothing to see here, you have a portion of fucking Trump supporters saying nothing to see here either. That's the ridiculous part. It is divided.
This is a laughable idea. The idea
what's
that,
the laughable idea?
Left leaning. Yeah, I'm explaining that, bro. Again, I don't know if this is.
I'm
explaining
explaining that.
Bro.
I'm just gonna.
Maybe
I'm just not
crazy.
gonna talk. I'm just gonna fucking explain myself.
Yeah, you just
go.
keep saying shit, bro.
Just go.
Calm down, bro.
You interrupted me. Go.
Lower the
Go, dude. Go.
Promise,
Go.
bro.
Go, dude. Go.
You're real triggered, bro.
So this guy's not talking.
The problem is, it's crazy. So the problem is this idea that the Democrats just didn't care. It's just not the case. And also the idea that MAGA cared is also not the case.
Oh.
There was no vote. There wasn't a call to vote for the Epstein files to be made public under Biden. There was under Trump this time, right? And
because of who?
Thing we have it on because of the Democrats.
No,
the Democrats
because of
put up the vote.
No. Because MAGA
because the Democrats put it up to vote.
It was
No,
MAGA that put the pressure on Trump. Why do you think Trump said, "I will release it"?
No, he
because
didn't.
his own base.
I'm sorry.
It was
this
his
is a
own
point
base
of
that
history.
pressured him
to say that.
Okay.
This is a point of history.
Bro.
This is an actual point of history.
Okay,
Who called for the amendment to be added?
For the amendment for what?
What do you think?
Tell me, bro.
For the Epstein list. Come on, keep pace. Who called for it? Was it a Democrat or a Republican? Use your brain.
It was the MAGA base that put the pressure on
no,
the
it
politicians.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
The
bro.
MAGA base was a Democrat? What are you talking
No,
about?
it wasn't a Democrat. I said
It was a Democrat who called for the amendment.
The amendment? Oh, to release it? You're saying? I don't know anything about that. Fine.
To release. What do you mean?
Great.
I'm not talking to call his mother, you retard.
Who cares?
Yes, to
Even if
release
it was
it.
true, what does it fucking matter? It was the base that.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter. The Democrats called for an amendment to release it.
Yes,
MAGA did not.
Bro,
MAGA had all the years under Biden to actually call for a vote to make it release, and they didn't do it. Democrats did.
Okay,
you're
but
lost.
Guess what? It
you're
was
literally
the fucking
lost.
MAGA base that put the pressure in the first
that
place.
Did nothing. I agree.
No.
They did absolutely nothing.
But we wouldn't be having this fucking conversation in the first place if it wasn't for MAGA putting the pressure in the first place, bro.
Why didn't MAGA call for a vote under Biden?
Dude, they did. They wanted it to
no,
be
they
released
didn't.
under
no,
Biden.
they didn't.
Biden didn't care about it. The Democrats didn't care about it.
Show me when MAGA called for a vote. Show me when MAGA called for a vote. Show me when MAGA called for a vote. Yes, they didn't. They did not.
Hold on.
Democrats did.
They wanted it released. Okay?
But they didn't call for a vote? To make it released, to legally force it. Yes, they did. They just did.
Not under Biden, fucker.
Bro, you're shadowboxing.
Okay.
Name when the Democrats called for a vote under Joe Biden. Go ahead. When did they call for a vote?
Not under Joe Biden. I'm talking about under Donald Trump.
Yeah, but I'm saying they didn't give a shit.
Your argument.
They didn't give a shit.
No. Then MAGA didn't give a shit either. But now Democrats do.
All of a sudden they care. That's my fucking point, you fucking idiot. Is that they care. They care under Trump, but they don't give a shit under Biden.
Keep defending those child predators, bro.
Idiot, bro.
Defending them. Keep
You're
defending
an
them.
idiot. My whole point was that they didn't give a shit.
Yes, I'm the idiot. I'm the one defending child predators. I'm the idiot.
But we have other people in this conversation that also want to talk and also want to get their thoughts heard and also want to get in on this. And I want to get their intuition, their thoughts, their questions. I'm going to give it to Rachel first, and we're going to give it to Tristan. And Rachel, I just have a very simple question for you, and it is a good question that Relly brings up, is if MAGA did want this done, why did they not take any legislative action during
Because I think we just found out what Trump's problem is that he's got a lot of opposition within his own party. We had to call J.D. Vance in the Senate to get a 50-50 thing just in order to control PBS and the other liberal outfit that NPR. And to get those the big beautiful bill to get those Doge those Doge recommendations through, right? Budgetary savings. And so the Senate fought him. Trump just managed to get by the kind of skin of his teeth through Congress, a Bitcoin bill just passed. He had 13, I think it was 13 GOP holdouts on that. He had to call him into the Oval Office, have a little roundout talk with them. And again, going
Democrats
back to the
did not give a shit under Joe Biden. They care now
Congress
because
is on board
the
with
base,
Trump.
the MAGA
I think that's
base.
really important to recognize.
But they're
that even with the Republican Party,
Republicans
there's a
and
lot
MAGA.
of
That's the
opposition.
difference. They don't realize
within
that
Now,
the MAGA party is
there are
divided.
advances being
Not
made.
every
People
Republican
are
is
being primary.
MAGA.
People are being shuffled out.
This is where they
I don't
try
think
to
there was a will to
collide
fire.
there.
I think, again, to reiterate, Trump wanted to go ahead with it. People counsel him, and to the guy that gave you the dono, his point about the protecting the NDA and all the rest of it. There's a list,
exactly.
And this is
They only care because now they could use it.
Brought out.
That's all it is.
There's a difference between the Epstein list and then the affidavits that were signed by the victims in the trial that went forward. Alan Dershowitz says that
I gotta get out there, man. I gotta get out
he
there.
represented Epstein himself. He saw it. He says there is no list per se. Epstein did not create a list, according to Alan Dershowitz. To his knowledge, it didn't exist. What there were affidavits signed by the girl or the victims that said this happened on such and such a time. And within those affidavits are perpetrator 1, perpetrator 2, perpetrator 3. It's kind of phrased or coached in that kind of language. So I think that's important to recognize in terms of as we evaluate the evidence and why Congress has done certain things, why they haven't. Again, I think now that the evidence, I would argue Trump seems to be implying the evidence was tampered with. Not that the Epstein thing was a hoax, that there were crimes committed. He means it's a hoax that his name's in there, that they're using it to attack him. And that's clearly, quote, the fear he has it's going to muddy the water. And he says that's why he calls it a kind of, to paraphrase him, a perfect strike. Like, oh, they've got the gold standard with this one right now.
I want to hear responses to that from Tristan and Relly if he's got anything, and then we'll move on.
So I agree with you that the evidence was tampered with. I just don't agree with you with the nature of the evidence. So I do believe that the Epstein list exists, and it exists in a way that's not straightforward. So there is the black book that does exist. Anyone can Google what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, make sure to sub.
In that black book had
everybody
the
there,
contact
make sure to sub to the channel, man. I'm bringing you some blood right now.
People that associated with him, right? The problem with that list or that contact book, the black book is what they call it, is the annotations that were made in that book were never released publicly. And I believe it's the book with the annotations that give you the actual Epstein list. One of the reasons why it wasn't released publicly, or one of the reasons they claim it wasn't released publicly, is because it was tampered with. So I agree with you that there was tampering done. I disagree with you with the nature of why you believe that tampering doesn't implicate Trump. I think Trump is using truths to like the best lie contains truths. And I think that he's using partial truths in order to enhance his lie to protect himself.
I think if there were any truth to the fact that Trump was out there, quote, as many of the people, I've got a lot of liberal people watching my program. I have hardly anybody watching my program, but that's a new channel and everything, but that's beside the point. But the fact that he was doing that, the Dems would have used it to torpedo him. It would have been the perfect bomb. It would have destroyed MAGA on contact. It would have been,
I believe,
perfect cure for MAGA. It would have
okay,
killed.
So do you believe the Democrats are involved in the Epstein list? Any one of them? I think Bill Clinton was named a lot.
Yeah, well, initially the name Bill Clinton because he's on the flight logs. Like Trump's in the logs, but he's noted as being picked up in Florida and flying off to New Jersey.
Also with his family too.
So
Sure. But my specific question is,
get him on the island, right? He's not on the island.
right.
Clinton
My
went
specific
to the
question
island.
is,
Yeah.
do
we
you
know
think
Clinton
that
was on the
there are
island.
Democrats that would be on the list?
Yeah, I would argue, sure, on both parties for sure.
Okay, so then why can't we use the same question you're asking us? If Trump could use it against the Democrats, why can't we just ask you asked why wouldn't the Democrats use it against Trump? Why can't we just ask why won't Trump use it against the Democrats?
Well, I think Trump's an honest guy at the end of the day. That's why I like him. Yeah, I know. Democrats know well. I know. I believe that. I like the guy.
Okay, but do you believe
I
Trump?
think he's a sincere guy. Go ahead.
Sure. Do you believe Trump when he says that this was the list was a hoax created by Obama and Hillary?
Wick, are you part of the
What
debate
he
now
means
too?
by that, I believe,
I'm
is
not.
that
I'm
it
just
was
asking the
tempered.
question. I'm all. I always,
Well,
look,
you're
if you've heard
asking
of me,
us
you know how I
questions.
do
You don't
these.
ask them questions.
I think Trump.
Okay.
Trump is Trump.
Okay.
As I started with
You're
the
such a victim,
opening,
bro.
my open comment was Trump is idiosyncratic. There's nobody like him. And so they broke the mold with this guy. He's not the best communicator. He's a great communicator, but he's a very poor communicator at the same time. I think what I interpret when he says it's a hoax is that there was reality. The guy was a scumbag, as Trump, I think Trump called him a dirtbag or something. But by the same token, he's saying all this other stuff. Hillary got ahead of Obama, got in there, said, let's go implicate. And maybe they got it through, and Trump's intel gave it to him and said, here's what we believe has happened to the list and what's happened with the documents. It's been dirtied, and they want it propagated to destroy you. Just like they've tried to destroy you through the mugshot and through the impeachments, et cetera, et cetera.
That doesn't make sense because the Dems would have released it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So no. Why didn't the Dems release it? If it was a hoax created specifically to make MAGA and Republicans look bad, why wouldn't the Dems release it?
Because it would have, ultimately it was a gamble. Because would it stand up under scrutiny if the world started looking at it? That's the whole idea. And that works against the Republicans as well. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's a gamble. Whoever plays with this thing, it's a time bomb. Because Trump could release it. His name will be there, hypothetically, potentially. And then he's got to navigate and somewhat extricate himself. But he's going to give the Democrats a lot of field play to bounce his name around and dirty him up in the press for a little bit, right?
Wait, hold on. I'm curious. Do you think the Democrats rigged the 2020 election?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's good.
Does
So the
that help
Democrats
you?
rigged the election. They constantly put out smears, but they didn't take the kill shot about Epstein because
they did at Butler.
Wait. But they didn't take the kill shot against Trump. They didn't take the kill shot against Trump with the Epstein files that totally would have ended him and possibly put him in federal prison. If it was a hoax, they could have put him in jail in irons because maybe the public might not have bought it. But they rigged the whole election.
Well, they absolutely did. We know more evidence about that.
So they have the power to rig the election, the power to rig not even just one election, several elections. They have the power to constantly blackmail all of these Republicans, but they just aren't confident in.
Well, keep in mind there was some high profile.
They aren't confident in connecting Trump to Epstein.
No, but keep in mind there was some high profile Democrats that may not have wanted to play with that bowl of dice either. Bill Clinton may be one of them. Hillary Clinton.
That is a far more understandable argument.
They had a lot of power in the DNC. The DNC
that is
was that's why Bernie got his ass cooked because Hillary came in to save the DNC because they were bankrupt, like they are again. And so she went in and said, "Okay, I'll give you the money, but you got to give me the nomination." That
idea that Democrats could be burned is far more understandable, and I think is far more
this is a
given the
terrible
material
fucking-
facts that we have. The
Rachel
material
here
facts
is
that we
falling
have
for
is
the
that
line
the
of
Dems
questioning.
had full control, not full control,
It's bad.
but had the presidency, and they didn't
Well,
release
I'll
it or
let 'em go.
didn't make a call, a vote to release
And
it,
what did Frank
stuff like
Frank-
that. And now one quick second here. That to me,
Because when you say rigged, they're
pretty
just
heavily
thinking
implies
it's directly
that there
rigged,
is some kind of damage that they're trying to avoid.
which then you would have to
Because
define what your
if any Republicans
definition
are
of
indicted
rigged
in that
is,
and no
right?
Democrats, there's no reason. It's
So this is
objectively not a reality.
yeah,
that
Rachel's-
can exist. They
Rachel's
would have
falling
put
for
it out
this.
there. It's just not possible.
Okay,
So-
beautiful comment. So here's what I love about what you're saying, Irrelevant, is that if they didn't put it out because they've got the kill shot on Trump. Well, now that seems to be saying that you don't believe there is a kill shot on Trump in there. That's why
I don't know if there's a kill shot. I am agnostic to the existence of any of the palatability of any of the Epstein list.
It's funny about people who
just
are
like the
agnostic
American
about the
public,
situation.
And I will make no excuses
that
for anybody who tries
I
to
just
hide
don't know,
it from
so
the
therefore
American
there's
That's
no
all.
line of
Any-
questioning here.
I'll make
This
this
is why I
extension.
asked him
Any
about his
Democrat
theory,
who
and he has yet
abstains
to
from that
fucking-
vote for making it public,
He avoids
the
the
FBI
questioning
should
of his
seize your
theory.
computer. It is incredibly. I do not trust any human being that doesn't come at all of these people who are not voting to make this public or who are voting to not make this public. You should come at them with every single tool that we have in the political system. Every single tool we have. You should never be able to work in politics ever again.
I'm seeing echoes of the Trump. Remember the tax? We want to see Trump's tax receipts. There was a big push on that. And finally, those were leaked and they came out, and it turned out to be a big nothing burger. But there was so much heat on
It's
that.
a little different. Child predator ring that might spam all of the most powerful people across the world. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, but the point is about propaganda.
I think that's a good example.
He's just talking about propaganda. That's
No.
what Rachel's talking about.
I think that's a good example,
Yeah.
right? People accuse them of being shady with his taxes, and the solution to fixing it was to release the taxes, right? So even if you want to use that as a good example, that's exactly what he should do now.
Yeah.
You know what? The laws were changed. Tristan, what was beautiful about that is the laws were changed. Right now, there's a massive, I don't know what they're calling it, like a super RICO case. Obama's implicated, Brennan's implicated, Kash Patel has said, and there's no limitation. There's no statute of limitations involved in any of this stuff. It's an ongoing conspiracy. It's a huge net. And I know John Solomon has been reporting on this. So maybe this is going to be wrapped up in all of that. Maybe this Epstein thing is going to come rolling out with this big, massive net because they are going over the 2020 election. That's going to be interesting.
They already went over the 2020 election.
Pardon me?
They already went over the 2020 election. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that you are being misled. They are trying to distract you with something that doesn't exist. Are you aware that Trump's lawyer, what was his name, out of New York, Giuliani?
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani.
He admitted that he lied when he said that the lady was ballot stuffing. Are you aware of that? Like he said that in court?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. I'm going to tell you something that we had photographs. We've seen images of people. I've seen the film where they're going out and they're dropping in the money. And that individual was, in fact, arrested. So I'm not sure what he was talking about. But let me tell you this. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. The corrupt courts, and we've seen the lawfare that's going on with Trump. We're seeing these district judges had to go all the way to Supreme Court to clear that out. I mean, credit to you kids over on the left. I mean, you're doing a hell of a job throwing rocks in Trump's path as he's trying to negotiate the second term. Fortunately for our side of the aisle, he's winning. We're seeing apparently June saw zero immigrants coming into the country, zero illegals. Okay, not necessarily immigration, but zero immigrants coming in or illegals coming in. I mean, that's incredible. That's exactly why so many people voted for him. It was getting out of control. That was a big platform. Promises made, promises kept. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. So just kind of the same question I asked earlier. Do you believe that the Epstein files should be made public? The client list, everything the government has should be made public.
Ultimately, I think they should be. But I do trust Trump's administration to do it. There has to be a level of trust, or why vote for the guy at all? Why let's blackpill everybody.
I agree. Why vote for the guy?
But Rachel, did you
why vote for any Democrat? Why vote for anybody? Right? That's blackpill. What I'm saying, I come in with a trust. I wasn't even concerned about Trump. Trump was off my radar. But back in 2016, when he started becoming a serious candidate and a likely candidate for the presidency, I saw the world turn against him. I go, what the hell is going on with this guy? I had no interest in him at all. And it made me go from looking here to looking here. This is a story I've told many times. Okay, go ahead.
Can I just ask the follow-up question to that? if
Yeah.
you agree that it should be made public, what do you think should be done about the Republicans who blocked it being public?
Well, I'd want to know the rationale for blocking it rather than knee jerk and let's
So you
go
don't want
primary.
to do it off theories. Yeah, I get you there.
You
I'd
would,
wanna-
okay. So what do you think is a
Yeah.
good? Do you think there is a good reason to block it becoming public?
Yeah, apparently what it was blocked is the Democrats were running another bill. They had buried that in the language of this whole Epstein. I could probably get that on X platform.
No, you're pretty accurate there.
Okay. Oh, so somebody's got to back up on that with me.
So so here's what I will say. They're claiming that it's a procedural issue, right? And I'll give them
Yeah.
that. We can cast that aside. Thomas Massey and another Democrat, forgot his name, they've released a clean bill for the Epstein files released within 30 days. So they haven't voted on it yet, to the best of my knowledge.
That's going to be
And-
the second vote. Yeah. Which, by
Yeah,
the way,
so-
we already had Mike
Thank you, Kristen.
Johnson.
Yeah.
We had Mike Johnson even say that we should release the files. Now, as far as this next bill, I think that's going to be the kicker of if we can at least get something done here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and even
let's
if it
get it.
doesn't pass,
Yeah,
I
let's
like
do
this
the
bill
I
because it
love
draws
that.
a clear line in the sand of who is for it
Yeah,
and who is against it. And I didn't want to go back to it myself, but you brought it back up. I don't think it's stupid for people to come to their own conclusions to why Republicans should be primaried. We vote them into office for whatever reason we voted them into office. And if without hard facts, if you want someone who isn't doing what you want them to do gone, that's okay. You know, it ranges on the broad of you can think it's stupid, but I think it's okay. Like, even if I disagree with their reasons for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Trish. You're very logical, very understandable. Yeah, I can totally relate to your position on this stuff. It's excellent.
Thanks.
There you go.
I think you're a great person, by the way.
Oh, well, honest. Look at this love fest here. $20 from Raging Tomato to say.
Oh, we love Sarah.
Yeah, to say, just waiting for Rachel to turn up the heat. And then $5 from Josh to say, and I quote, ha 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 ha. Well, thank you
Okay.
for the-
John.
Yeah, shout out to
Wow.
Sarah from the Raging Tomato, by the way. She's the one that actually hooked me up with Wick, so shout out to her.
Oh, well, we'll don't thank her yet. We'll see how the show goes, right? I do want to kind of like figure out here. I understand that at least in concept, everyone here is fine with the release of some fine files. Is that an accurate statement? Am
It is for me, yeah. At some point, and as long as it passes all the legal hurdles that it needs to, then I'm all, let's do
Sure.
it. Right?
No one wants to release victim names or anything like that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Trump is actively seeking to stop that from happening. I just don't like. This is what I wanted to talk about today, right? Why do you think it's okay that Trump is actively trying to stop this from happening, right? And I guess to Irrelevant and to Tristan, what else do you think should be done, right? You mentioned Ro Khanna's amendment that he attached to as a writer to one of these other bills that was going through. Assuming the Thomas Massey stuff goes through, assuming it passes, but assuming nothing gets in, it gets blocked. Should the Democrats seek to impeach Trump for this if he continues to block this legislation, if he continues to stop the release of the Epstein files?
I mean, either way, it's not going to work. I mean, the whole point of the impeachment would to be like symbolic, to like show that, or put on record that Republicans don't care enough about the release of the Epstein files to hold the president accountable. That would be the whole idea, which, I mean, I guess they could do that. Ultimately speaking, there isn't really too much that can be done, I think, from a Democrat perspective. The only hope would be to just make sure everybody knows that the Republicans are blocking
The original
possible
bill.
child pedophile ring, or maybe something that isn't there. But either way, the American public should know.
I don't think this is impeachable. I don't know the legal scope of impeachments, but like if you're going to use impeachment, it needs to be like something that's illegal, right? Him hiding the Epstein list isn't illegal. Now,
Yeah.
if it comes
Politicians
out
do
and there
this all
is
the
a
time.
list, Yeah. So if it comes out and he's actually on the list, yes, I would like to see him impeached.
Along with
I don't-
any
I
other
don't-
politician there. Yeah, for sure.
At all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
I think that first of all, I don't think impeachment is a legal proceeding. It is a political proceting. So I think you can kind of be impeached for pretty much
For
whatever. I don't
anything.
think
Yeah.
there's
Any,
legal
well, remember
requirements
Bill
there.
Clinton got his D sucked in the Oval Office, and they wanted to impeach him for that, right? Well, he
I
lied
think it
under
was
oath
the
about
cigar. I
that.
think it was the cigar that was his undoing, quite frankly.
But
Yeah.
regardless of that, right? To Rachel's side and to Jake's side, right? Like again, what I just can't wrap my head around is Trump is continuing to block this. And
Yeah.
he's-
So Wick,
Well, we know
look,
Trump-
Wick,
I
really-
would say he's lying about it. I
So
would
Wick,
use the word
Wick,
lying.
when you're saying that you can't get your head around why he's lying, is that your question?
Yeah,
correctly?
why is he lying about this?
Okay, so
Unless he's either on the list or protecting someone
Okay, so
who
you're-
he cares about. that
So
is
you're
on the
adding
list.
in a lot of caveats there. Now, again, we're speculating
just two.
theories. Well, that's big because when you say care about, is that friends? Is that politicians? Is it family, direct families?
I don't know.
Is he being threatened? So there's a lot of theories there, right?
Who do you
so-
think? Hold on. Who do you think's threatening the president of the United States?
No, I'm saying it's
Israel.
a theory. Now, okay.
Yeah.
Israel's a big one too. Again, that goes back to my point here, Wick. When you're saying that you can't wrap your head on why he's kind of shilling this whole topic here, I explained it very well, bro. Epstein, again, there's no proof on that, but we do know that Epstein was involved with a foreign government. Okay, he was involved with some type of intelligence agency from the East. Now, the odds are he wasn't involved with Iran. He wasn't involved with Iraq. The odds are that he was involved with Israel. And Israel already has a history of spying on the United States on multiple occasions. So if that is the case, and that Israel already has their foot in with many Democrats and Republicans in the United States that influence foreign policies when it comes to Israel, and not only that, Trump already has history in his own family, where I believe it's his daughter's married to a yes. So he has history there. Remember, in his first term, he kissed the wall over there in Israel and stuff like that. So he does have a soft spot there. Is it possible that this guy's covering up for the sheer fact that he's protecting the state of Israel? Let me ask you guys this question. This is legitimate here. We can go through the panel here. Let's start with the gentleman here on my left. If that is, do you think this is a possibility from Trump,
That Trump is in the pocket of Israel?
along with every other politician, the Democrats? This is why they protect him.
And I think that there's certain politicians who are critical of Israel. I wouldn't say every single politician is. If you're being hyperbolic,
I'm not being hyperbolic.
I mean, there's a lot of no.
Okay.
Every single there are politicians who are quite anti-Israel.
What do you mean by anti-Israel?
Like they're not any kind of pro-Israel sentiment that you would be referring to in a propaganda sense or whatever. They are don't seem to be buying into it.
Can you name one?
Elon Omar.
Yeah, Omar
Okay, you
is
can't
a
name
big
one.
I just did, you fucking Spurg.
Who
What
did
the
you?
fuck? I
who
just said Elon Omar.
Oh,
I
Elon
literally
Omar.
said the same thing.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, bro. Chill out. Don't
Bro.
get angry.
No, you
Don't get angry.
wait. No.
Bro, hold on.
You just
hold on.
quipped at me.
Okay,
you
no.
quipped at
Okay.
me. Don't
I
act
thought
like
I
you're
didn't
fucking
hear that.
innocent.
Ilhan
You
Omar,
literally
fair
quipped
enough.
at me
Hold on, bro.
instantly when you
Bro.
just didn't even have your fucking
chill out.
headset
Now
on.
check this out. Let's take
Dude,
Ilhan
you're
Omar for an
fucking
example.
cooked, bro.
Hold on, bro. Let's stop. Calm down, Spurg. Chill. So let's take
Yes,
Ilhan Omar for
I'm
an
the
example.
one who's fucking.
So let's
Dude,
just,
break
the
down
temperature.
that
bro, let's take Ilhan Omar as an example here. Okay. Remember when she said about the Jews about it's all about the money? You remember that shit?
I don't know.
Yes. So she was talking about the lobbyists over there in the Jewish lobbyists. They were saying that they influence a lot of politicians and that they're all about the Benjamins. She made that comment. Okay. It was on X. It was a big
Okay.
fucking deal. So after that, there was multiple politicians on Democrats and Republicans, including Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi, etc., that all called for her to resign for that comment, bro. For that comment.
Okay.
Okay. So again, That's how powerful the state of Israel is that you have.
Yeah, but she's not in their pocket. You literally provided me an instance.
No,
of
I
proof
didn't say
that
all
she's
of
not
them.
in
I
their
said
pocket.
there was many. There was.
You
there was
said no. To be
Oh my
clear,
God.
you said every single last one of them because I
No,
asked
I didn't
for
say
a
every
point
single
of
last one of them.
clarification.
I
Yes,
said
he
that.
did.
No,
wait.
Okay.
Can I get the opinion of the other people here? I literally asked. I said, wait. Did I not say, are you being hyperbolic? Did I not say, are you being hyperbolic?
I said I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that
yes,
they lobby
when you
politicians.
Say all of them.
When I didn't say all of them. I said they lobby politicians. I didn't say all. I said they lobby politicians, bro.
And when I asked,
hold on, listen.
Are you being hyperbolic when you say all of them? You were like,
no,
I'm not.
I didn't. You didn't say all of them, bro.
Miscommunication, obviously.
And he wants to fucking
obviously. We can move past this. I don't think this is.
But no. It is very important because him bringing up Ilhan Omar is a good example here, where she went against that grain and got totally fucking bashed on the Democrats and the Republican side. Because it's a bipartisan issue when it comes to Israel. So again, going back to my question, if it's the case that Jeffrey Epstein was in cahoots with the Israeli state and that the Israeli state was doing PDF file rings here in the United States, breaking laws here, running the biggest fucking PDF ring in the world, okay? Don't you think that's a big deal? Don't you think this is kind of legitimate to where Democrats and Republicans would agree that, you know what, this is why we didn't release it under Biden. Now that Trump's in office, he made the promise because of his MAGA base, because the people pressured him there and he said these things. Now he has to do it. Now he's backtracking. Okay. I'm saying, don't you think this would be more of a logical conclusion other than, he's just on the file?
No, I don't think it's more logical to just say that there's a massive pedophile ring
so you don't
that's
think there
orchestrated by Israel. No, I don't think. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't think it's more logical to say that there's a massive pedophile ring orchestrated by Israel in the shadows and everybody's controlled by it. No, I think it is more logical to say that the most basal thing that we can kind of deduce is that there seems to be a lack of will, at least under the Biden administration, for the Democrats to have this be made public. And there's a lack of will for Republicans under the Trump administration to have this be made public. That's what I think that we could. And now from there, we can extrapolate why. But after that, it's just theories.
So let's go to.
I don't think just jumping to Israel is doing all of it and is orchestrating the biggest pedophile ring in history is. No, I think.
Okay, I got you there.
Doobie, just real quick, $10 from Doobie to say, and this is pertinent to the line of conversation, so I'm going to give it back to you, Jake, as soon as I say this. It says, if you think Trump, the president of the most powerful nation on earth, is such a spineless coward, he's protecting child molesters because it might make Israel look bad, why do you still support him?
Yeah, again, so this would be a theory. Again, if you want to make the conclusion or the thing that he's protecting child molesters, this would be the same thing that you would do with every other politician that gets lobbied by Israel. Okay, and again, the Democrats had. Hold on,
why would you still support Trump?
That why would I still support him?
If he's doing that, if he's just like every other politician.
So if it's every other politician, the one big reason that I would still support him, even though he's lobbying for Israel, and if it's the case that he's lobbying and protecting Israel from this PDF file ring, then I would say fucking he should be in jail just like any other fucking politician, 100%. At this point, I'm supporting him because who else am I going to support? The Democrats that actually have the same standards as Trump, protecting Israel from these pedophile rings. Okay, at this point, I have to go with the least amount of evil, right? The least amount of evil, which is Trump.
Support no one, I guess. Like if I thought that every single politician was a
Wick,
pedophile, I would support none of them.
Yeah, but Wick, you have to.
Homeland Security has rescued 10,000 kids. They've located 10,000 kids out of some report of 300,000. The numbers are astronomical. So Trump is doing a lot of good. They've been busting up. His DOJ has been busting up a lot of pedophile rings. So Trump's track record in that regard is actually quite good, excellent. In fact, this whole idea again about Mossad and that again, that's mentioned in some of the documents that have come up. People are talking about, and again, it's a kind of a rationale. It's a theory. Well, maybe how do we explain it? What was Epstein Island? Was it a honeypot by the CIA in conjunction with the Mossad in order to capture and use blackmail against various celebrities, various politicians for political advantage to get a message out, a particular, propaganda to prop up a
and Wick,
minister.
just to kind of clarify a little bit more, I can't base my entire support on something that I don't have 100% exact on, right? I don't know 100% if that's the case. This is the best theory I would have on what's going on with the Epstein files. This is just my best theory.
That's a better theory than the fact that Trump simply is lying to cover his own ass.
Well, what do you mean by covering his own ass?
Because he's on the list.
Yeah, well, again, I think it is a better theory because I don't think he's on the list when it comes down to it. He could be. Again, we have the flight logs, and we know that he entered the airplane with Jeffrey Epstein, but with his family. There wasn't anything really.
You never had him going to the island. He was never, that plane never went to the island.
But my point is, Wick, is that I can't base my entire fucking thing off of a feeling. We have to base it off the facts here. We're all theorizing here at this point.
Yeah, and he's blocking the facts from becoming public.
Yeah, I know that. But again, you don't even know why he's doing it. Why do you think he's doing it? Because you say he's on the list.
From my perspective, I never said he's on the list. Again, you're so hard of
hearing. No, because you're agnostic about it.
Weird.
You're saying, you're arguing that he
like
is,
a rational, reasonable human being, like any single human being.
So why do you think he's blocking it?
I do not know.
Why do you think he's blocking it?
Because he either is trying to protect himself or somebody he cares about
that
might be implicated on the list.
How do you know? Why do you think?
I didn't say I could prove it. You asked why I think it is.
Okay, why do you think that is?
Because there is no other good reason to block it.
But tell me why. Tell me why. Why do you think that?
What do you mean why?
Tell me. Okay, you said there's no other reason other than him protecting himself or
there's no other good reason.
Okay, tell me why do you think that?
Because I would need to go through the reasons.
Yes, the reasons why you came to that conclusion.
No, you're
why
asking me to prove a negative. You're asking me. The reason why is because for him to block a hit piece on effectively some of the most powerful pedophiles inside of America, there is no good reason to do that. Unless he's implicated or somebody he cares about.
But why would you come to that conclusion? Answer the question. Why would you come to that conclusion specifically? Because what line of reason did you say that?
Because Trump should want a win to be able to expose a large criminal corrupt network of pedophiles that are operating inside of the United States. He should want that political win if he's not implicated. There is no reason for him to not want that political win.
Okay, go ahead, Rachel.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? Okay, you had me explain like the most basic thing in the world.
You didn't even go to conclusion.
Okay, why wouldn't Trump want the biggest political win he could possibly? Why would Trump not want to protect pedophiles?
You're not answering the
question.
You
literally asked me. Why wouldn't
listen.
Trump want to protect pedophiles? Like, what is this? Like, dude, what conversation are we having?
I'll wait. $10 from Doobie. $10 from Doobie to say, to be clear, and this is to you, Jake, you have a pedo flag on your wall because he's the least bad at the pedos?
Okay, whatever. So again, going back to this claim here, when I asked him, how did you get to that fucking conclusion that he's protecting himself or somebody he loves? Explain it to how you got to that conclusion. Well, there's just no other reason if he's protecting pedophiles, therefore it must be this. And there's no other reason outside of that. That is not an answer, you fucking idiot. Explain why you came to that conclusion. Explain why. What gives you that fucking, what gives you that conclusion?
Why wouldn't Trump, you are asking me to explain. You are asking me to explain. You are asking me to explain.
Yes, give me details.
Why Trump? You're asking me to explain.
Who is he protecting?
You're asking. Excuse me. You're asking why Trump wouldn't want to expose a large
I'm not asking
criminal. That's crazy. You are really.
No, I'm saying what gives you that conclusion?
That's crazy.
That's all true. What gives you the
interrupt your
conclusion
question
for
with
that?
my answer? That's crazy.
Because you're not answering the question.
Why wouldn't Trump want to expose a large child predator ring?
That wasn't my question.
Why would Trump want to do that?
That wasn't my question.
That is what you said.
So let me ask the question again.
Why wouldn't Trump want to expose Epstein?
Maybe. Wait, hold on. Okay. Flag on the play. Jake, ask your question again.
So again,
be clear, be specific.
So this is
irrelevant can answer it.
So this is very easy. Okay, let's just say the pedophile ring, that's all true. Let's just say it's all fucking true, okay? Your conclusion is the only way he's covering that up is to protect himself or people that he loves, okay? So for example, when I came to my conclusion about Israel, I gave you plenty of examples about Epstein being connected with Mossad. I went into details on why I came to that conclusion. I want you to give me details of why you came to the conclusion that Trump is hiding this because he's protecting himself or loved ones? Tell me how you got to
That's
that
not what I
conclusion.
said. That's not what you asked.
That's my
me. You
question,
asked me,
fucker.
Why is it?
That's my question. Answer it now. So answer the question now.
Stop talking. Stop
Oh my
talking.
God. See how he's
What you
obfuscating?
asked me.
He's filibustering, bro.
No, I'm not.
Hold
I'm
on,
telling
hold
you.
on,
just
hold
stop
on,
talking.
stop.
Wick,
Both of you
Wick,
stop,
Wick,
stop,
Wick,
hold on.
Wick,
I'll
Wick,
have to do
fuck,
this.
your ADHD
I'll have to-
medication.
Wick,
I'll
really
have to
quick.
translate.
Wick, Wick,
I will-
Wick,
you
Wick,
about
bro.
again?
Dude,
Did you see how?
No,
Do you see how I was very clear about
Stop.
the question and he's
Jake,
still
stop.
fucking
I'm
filibustering?
going to make him answer your
Bro,
question.
drink-
I
smoke
Make
some
him
more
answer
weed,
the
man.
question
But
because he can't answer
you gotta
it.
let me go. You gotta let me moderate my goddamn panel, okay? Thank you. Okay? So Irrelevant will, in whatever you're going to say next, please answer his new question. If you don't think he asked you that before, that's fine, but answer his new question too. Go ahead, Irrelevant.
Okay, so why do I think Donald Trump is protecting somebody he cares about or
That-
potentially himself by doing? It's crazy. You're gonna keep talking. That's like insane. Maybe you need to smoke some more or something. Get your mind off of it. Do
Wait,
something.
can you just have him answer
so
the question?
Just shut the fuck up.
He's,
Yeah, shut the
trying,
fuck
okay,
up.
he's trying to answer the question.
Just
I
shut.
promise
Just
you.
shut the actual.
Irrelevant.
He's
fucking-
filibustering again, bro.
God, you're so retarded. No, I'm not. I'm literally I'm answering your question.
He's still doing it.
Okay, so it's crazy. So why would Trump want to do that? Why would Trump? This be my reasoning for why I think it is. Because there is no other good reason for Trump to not want the win of exposing Epstein and the pedophile ring. Because that would be a huge win for Trump. It would be a massive win. If Trump exposed the pedophile ring, he could potentially win a third term off of that. That's like a win that he could ride the constitutionally questionable third term off of. But he's just choosing not to. But I also like this because this was something else I was. I like how that is so ridiculous, but Mossad controlling everything is the parody. That's supposed to be the more probable conclusion that Mossad is controlling everything. But when I say, hey, maybe I think that either Donald Trump is protecting somebody or potentially implicated in some of the Epstein details, you're like, no, it's such a crazy, ridiculous thing. Explain all these different things. But apparently Mossad is entirely rational and entirely reasonable. Bro, you're fucking cooked. Smoke some more weed.
Okay, so let me respond to that really quick. Again, didn't answer the question at all. I asked, give me specific details. Him saying, well, there's no other reason at all. There's no other reason. I literally gave
No
you
other good reason.
entire-
Good reason.
Yeah, based off your opinion here. Again, let me
Yes,
ask
you were asking my opinion.
Can I talk here? Again, this is wild
Go
how he
ahead.
interrupts me. So anyways,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
going back
Take
to
your
my
time.
point here, just shut up. Going back to my point here is
Go
that when I answered the question on my theory of this, I gave you evidence and I gave you theories and I gave you my perspective of why I came to that conclusion. You're just saying, well, there's just no other reason, Jake. There's just no other reason that possibly could be done. He's protecting himself,
Yeah,
or
that's
he's
what I
hold
just
on,
said.
listen.
There's
He's
no other
protecting
reason.
himself
No,
or
no,
others.
I'm not going to let you
Then I
strawman
asked,
me. When you
please
say
go
things
into
that I
details
didn't
on
say,
why
no.
he's protecting. How did he get
I
on the
didn't-
list?
I said
What
there's no other
happened
good
there?
reason.
Who? Again, I'm asking you for details. And you're just saying, well, because he
Yes,
has no other
and
reason.
I gave
That's not-
details.
and again,
it is a
he
no.
can't
It
answer
is
the question of how he
largest,
came
one
to
of
that
the
Can I answer
largest
the question?
political wins that could be.
Yeah,
Maybe,
let's go to
maybe.
somebody else
We
that
need a
can
combo
probably answer
breaker.
it
We
better.
need a
Yeah,
combo
I want to
breaker
answer this
first.
question. I
Tristan
want to answer this question.
and Rachel.
And
Go ahead.
I want you to walk with me, right? So, do you believe Trump knew or had information about the Epstein case before he was elected?
I don't think
Again?
he did. I don't think he did.
Okay, so I believe that until this conversation happened, and then I had an epiphany. When he interviewed with Fox before coming back into office, he said that he would release the list, but he's concerned for the phony accusations that would mess up people's lives. So
Sure.
that implies that he had information about phony
Ooh,
information
look at that.
before
You
he got
answered
back
the
in
question
office.
way better. Good. You're
So-
answering the question. Thank you,
And then we have to
Tristan.
also-
Thank you.
We have to also
You're
acknowledge
smart,
that
bro. You're smart.
the DOJ leader at the time was
Mhm.
appointed by Trump. So it's very possible that he was briefed on this, even though it was declassified. So That for me, that was a light switch for me.
Nice, bro. Thank you so much for answering my question, man. Unlike this fucking moron here.
Oh yeah,
thank you,
Hey,
thank
but
you,
go
bro.
back to
Because he actually explained himself.
Go
Wow.
back to defending. Go back to
No,
defending
he
Trump.
actually
Bro. I want to
answered
hear
the-
how
no,
you constantly
bro,
defend
look,
child
listen,
predators,
listen.
bro. Go ahead.
It's not even
Keep
defending
it
it,
rolling,
bro.
bro.
I asked
Yeah,
a very.
no, okay.
Bro,
talk about
wait.
how I'm a Mossad agent. I want to hear it, bro. I want to hear how.
But I will say this. I will say this.
This guy got cooked right
what's
now.
your name?
Can't
Orange
answer
shirt.
questions.
What's your name?
Yeah, bro.
Your name doesn't pop up on Discord for me.
Me?
What's
Irrelevant.
So
He is irrelevant.
I think irrelevant saying that Trump is protecting someone, you can't attack that because you saying that Trump is not releasing it because of Mossad is him protecting someone, and that someone is Israel. So
Nice.
Your reason falls underneath his reason. So I don't think it's
Yeah.
fair for you to like attack his reasoning.
I like that. He actually went into detail there. I really appreciate that, Tristan. And I got my question answered by you. Unfortunately, not this idiot. But yeah, we'll move on from
Okay,
that.
wait. Can you explain then why you didn't put that together yourself? Like,
No,
can
well,
you explain that?
here's the thing. When I asked if he's protecting somebody or loved ones or himself, give me some type of reasoning.
Yep.
Because I can
I
conclude
gave
that
you a
could be.
reasoning.
No, you didn't. You just said because there's no other
Yes,
reason.
it
That's
was
stupid.
a massive political
Oh,
win.
God,
if he
can you
was
just
not.
shut up and let me answer, bro? And how
No,
your
I
answer
don't.
is just.
I have
Bro,
no
you're just
respect
being
for you at
emotional.
all.
You're just being emotional. Shut up, dude.
I'm being emotional, bro.
hold
You've
on,
been
I do-
interrupting
hold
me
on,
this
So
hold
whole
on,
look
I
at
time.
the
do wanna
difference
get
between how
Rachel
you're
in.
answering it
Rachel's
and this
been very
gentleman
good
down
today.
here.
Yeah, you're
answered
right.
it.
There is a
Because
difference.
you're a
I have
fucking
no
idiot.
respect for you because you
you're
provided no
who
respect
care? I don't
back to me.
care. I don't care if you have no
Dude,
respect
I'm
for
the
me.
fucking
You
idiot,
can't
bro.
answer
You're over here
questions.
talking about
You're a fucking
Mossad
idiot
running
that can't answer
everything, bro.
questions.
And you are constantly making excuses for Republicans not wanting to
I
release
do want to. I do want to
Yes,
give.
I'm the one who
Everybody
looks
see a bunch of fucking obfuscation.
I do
bro.
want to give the. Hold on. I do want to give the.
Yeah,
Rachel,
you're a clown.
Mossad is a-
I do want to give the mic to Rachel, who has been very quiet, very calm, and probably has some things to say. And then we'll get back to this beef and whatever.
Yeah, I
it
just
is.
wanted
Go ahead.
to. I just want to add. Trump wrote the book "Art of the Deal," right, based on Sun Tzu's "Art of War," and a lot of dialogue. I know Jake will be familiar with this. A lot of Maga talk about it. That a lot of his dealings, like with the terrorists, for example, his dealings in business use the philosophy that
Grid,
was
just to be
espoused
clear,
in
bro,
Art of
I
War.
didn't choose the debate
And
partner. I
basically,
really didn't,
Art of the
bro.
Deal
I don't
is a
even know
riff
who
on
Rachel
that he
Williams
took those
is.
principles.
And
One
I
of
told
the
Ghost that
guiding
I
principles
wish
is
you
to
were my
appear
debate
weak
partner.
when you're strong.
Because it's essentially
And so
a 1v3
it's
right now.
possible, and again, the same kind of technique was used, I would argue, with the tax situation, where Trump knew about that. He knew his taxes were clean.
Bro,
but he goes,
seriously,
I
I
don't
wish you
want
were my
those
debate partner,
released.
bro.
Don't release my tax. I don't want them. And everybody's going, aha.
But I
he's
think
got
Sarah
something to hide.
recommended
And
me
it
and
built
Rachel.
and
That's
built
why
and built
Wick
and became a
chose us.
pressure cooker, because all that we were hearing was those taxes. And then I remember Rachel Maddow got released. She's go, we've got the list. We've got the taxes. And there was a nothing burger. At the end of the day, it fizzled. I'm just wondering, is it possible? I'll throw this out to the panel.
It is what it is.
Is Trump again playing art of the deal, the art of war, where he's saying, "Oh no, I don't want this. I'll release." Now, what are we doing? We have a whole stream dedicated to talking about this issue. MAGA is in turmoil. If you're watching the X platform, seeing right-wing pundits, Candace Owen and Ben Shapiro and Stephen Crowder, all these right-wing kind of named people. They're all at one another. People are yelling at one another. It's very interesting to watch. Hardcore loyalists like myself. And then there's other people saying, there's something going on. Trump's, causing trouble, and he's a letdown, and I'm burning my MAGA hat and all this nonsense. So my question is simply, what do you think that Trump's maybe, not that he doesn't want to release, in fact, he wants the exact opposite, but by saying no to it, it's starting to create a cauldron, like we're stoking this fire, and it's going to burst, and what are we going to see? I don't know. But is it possible?
Yeah, I wanna ask Tristan and Irrelevant that question, right? And so
Okay.
to maybe TLDR that, Trump is saying no and creating a controversy to bring attention and a spotlight to Epstein so that he can perform a gotcha and trick everyone into caring about the Epstein files.
I don't think
Is
Rachel said that,
kind of
but
an accurate portrayal of what you said, Rachel?
I think that's the psychology that comes out. I wouldn't necessarily frame it as trick anyone. I just think it's manipulating. He's a dream twister, right? He's
All right, not
manipulating
trick, but
people.
manipulate everyone into caring about it.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
pretty
take a
much
crack
trick
at this
then.
first. I don't think Trump is good at making deals, but He does have a strategy for making deals, right? So we just disagree on the effectiveness of it. But I think that his strategy often doesn't
believe me, bro.
include
Fucking,
retaliation,
I already brought that
right?
up. Believe you me.
He ran on a particular policy to get into office. And now that he is in
Yeah,
office, he
believe
didn't
me,
have
bro.
to do anything.
They just denied
I don't think he realized
that didn't
that
happen.
his
That's all.
voter base would turn on him for not executing on this particular policy. There are policies that he's kind of, tacoed on that people are like, whatever. But I don't think he expected people to like hold on to this for so long, as they rightfully should. We're talking about kids here, and I'm proud of anyone, especially Jake. Like Jake's on the opposite end, but he's flat out said, this is a problem. We need to address this, and we might disagree about the little nuances here and there. But to me, this people wanting to go after potential child predators, if that's what it is, that makes me proud to be American. And there's not a lot of topics that we can talk about lately that gives me that feeling anymore. So I don't think that this is part of his art of the deal. I think that this part of the deal he thought would be over by now, and it's the people that are thirsty for more.
Okay, Irrelevant, do you want to take a crack at it?
Yeah. So, I don't think it is an art of the deal. It doesn't really make sense in my mind for the art of the deal. What's the end game? If the end game is to make the Epstein list public, why not just push and pressure congressional Republicans to make it public, or make it public yourself? Why call it a hoax? It doesn't really make much sense.
Okay, I can answer the rationale for that would be so that it actually means something when it's finally revealed. If it's just revealed, people don't pay attention. They go, okay, yeah, so what? Yawn, next story.
With the Epstein list, you think that?
Oh yeah, if it had been done, because there's so much, because the Trump derangement syndrome, we call it on our side of the aisle, is that there's so much, Trump's doing a lot of good. There's so much being done.
Hit the like
with,
button, please,
pedophile
guys.
rings. There's a one busted
Goes a long
up
way.
in New Jersey. These things are happening all the time with this Department of Justice. And Trump's made that a real point of his administration. He's showing results with it, but it's not getting that much coverage. We've kind of fetishized this whole Epstein, that his case is somewhat worse than, the guy down the street doing it. It's become...
I mean, it kind of is, though, potentially, right? We're talking about potentially a nationwide or global pedophile ring of the most powerful people on Earth. We're not talking about still tragic and unfortunate, and they should all be locked up in prison forever, a small time child trafficking ring. We're talking about the end game child trafficking ring, potentially.
Yeah. Well, and we know that there's been problems like Jimmy Savile out of England, the UK, the BBC presenter with the Top of the Pops and all that. That became hugely controversial. And we do have the occasional politician that shows up, gets caught up in something, and they get arrested, and it does happen. But on one level, it's a big deal. I think the idea of the celebrity is even more than the people behind it. Like if it's some CEO, people go, yeah, who's that? But if it's J-Lo or something, everybody goes, oh, you hear about J-Lo? Or, name your celebrity, du jour, right? Sure. So there's some point to that irrelevant. I give you that I think it would be a big deal. It depends how the media would handle it. If the media decides to squash it, we see some pretty big stories like the Tim Walz story with the crazy guy that went out and was killing all these Democrats. And then he was saying, well, Tim Walz put me up to it. He wanted me to kill Amy Klobuchar. And and where's this guy gone? And then he's released this manifesto.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
He's further implicated.
Enjoy.
And then there was the fat, smelly guy, they call him,
I'm
the
mostly
pizza
getting
guy, Papa John's.
pushback from this fucking...
And he's out there talking and
Indian,
going,
Mexican,
oh yeah, he
that
was
guy
all
is.
MAGA, and it's like none of that's bearing out. The guy's married, the wife had passports, and that story kind of disappears. So we've seen before where high profile things, people just kind of disappear and we don't hear about it anymore. Oh, remember that guy? Well, that sure went out of the news cycle pretty quick.
I think we would probably agree to disagree. I think if no matter the conclusion of the Epstein files, I think this would be one of the biggest stories of the century. No matter if it's a nothing burger and especially if it has stuff in it. This is going to be one of the biggest stories in the century, no matter how it comes out.
Do you think also relevant, and also I guess for Tristan, do you think that also could Trump be playing games and delaying it or putting the brakes on this story because there is this bigger investigation going into this big RICO case that's undergoing by Kash Patel?
If that was the case, I would want Trump to vocalize it. I think Tristan said this earlier, and I would really have. I genuinely don't know why Trump wouldn't do this. Why not just lie if you're going to look incredibly bad? Why not just lie and say, we can't release the Epstein stuff because there's ongoing investigations?
I think,
or
again,
it might implicate victims.
But you wouldn't want him to go into details about that, right? Like I think we can acknowledge that.
Obvious, if there's ongoing investigations, do not go into details. Let that play out.
I don't want to. Yeah. In a situation, stretch that war metaphor. In war, if you can confuse the enemy, if you can keep them off balance, rather than telegraphing, here's what I'm doing, I'm going and putting it all out there. Maybe it's in his interest to say, I'm not doing it. Maybe that'll put the gaslight. Oh, the president's here. He's putting the brakes on it.
That,
I dodged a
appreciate
bullet.
it, man.
I'm
Fun
one of the guilty
times.
ones. It's not going
I'm just
to come
kind of marinating right now.
You know, I mean, it's the idea.
Already have fucking three big
confusion, right?
Really, three big exchanges.
Who's he at war with in this hypothetical? Like the American public? It's pretty bipartisan. Everybody wants to know what happened with Epstein. Everybody. Right? Except for maybe some Republican pundits right now.
Well, I mean, it gets kind of interesting when you see Kevin Spacey talking about it, saying, "Let release the Epstein files." Somebody goes, "You idiot, you're on them." So it is kind of interesting, the kind of people that are getting involved. We're hearing all sorts of people say it. I just say it adds to uncertainty, the confusion of war, as it were.
So, Rachel, really quick.
I want to answer your question.
Is that we're with the same people that tried to, whoever set that kid up in Butler, whoever set that Ruth idiot up at Mar-a-Lago in the bushes by the fence and all the rest. Go ahead, Trish.
Rachel, before Tristan, before I get to you, or before they get to you really quickly, I just wanted to make a quick comment. I get it when it comes to celebrities, because back when the Epstein situation happened, a lot of these celebrities were saying this is just nonsense. Don't release the files. A lot of them were suing many of the YouTubers that were talking about these situations. Right. They didn't want these Epstein files to be released or pushing for it anyways. It was these MAGA individuals. Hold on. I'm just going to make
I was just going to back up what you were going to say about.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I thought you were going to.
I think it was like Stephen Miller or whatever, or the guy who wrote it. That guy who came out, the Epstein files.
Big Stephen King. And by the way, those books, by the way, actually promote a lot of PDF shit.
Yes, it did. That's what made it look so bad.
I was just like, what are you talking about, Stephen King? Like, you write about this shit in your books, bro. Crazy.
Do you think it's reasonable?
But really quick,
because due to Stephen King's comment, do you think it's reasonable to at least have suspicions about him?
Yes, I definitely. I had some too, bro. I had some too.
So
Jimmy Kimmel,
it's reasonable to have suspicions about Trump.
Yeah, dude, same thing, Wick. Trust me, we're not on disagreements here, bro. We can do suspicions on every politician, every Hollywood celebrity. Totally got you there, bro. But what I'm saying is that I find it so ironic that many of these individuals that didn't talk about the Epstein list, or they rejected it at the time, are now coming out and saying, let's release it, right? Why is that? Who knows? But go ahead. We can shoot the question back to Tristan. I'm sorry I interrupted you, bro.
That's all good. Rachel, do you mind just repeating your question?
Oh God, I forget even what it was.
Okay, it was similar. You were asking if do we think that Trump is using like a bigger case and that's why he's not releasing the Epstein files?
Yeah, because we do know that big case is underway. We know it's happening.
Okay.
Right now.
My response to that is I think it's the opposite. I think that anytime there's negative press about Trump, he has something in his back pocket that he pulls out to try to distract people with.
God bless Grid. Thank you so much for fucking stopping by, man.
I don't have an example right now that I can think of, but I've noticed in the news cycle, whenever something that could be very, very bad for Trump comes out, just a day or two later, he pulls something out of his back pocket. Sometimes it's like there's truth associated with it. Sometimes there's not. And I think that's all it is right now.
Yeah, I think that's part of the political game. We've seen CNN do that. Some good news happens for Trump, and then they'll break a story. Oh, guess what just happened? And then, oh, okay, now there's a new story taking over the headlines, right? Gatekeeper effect through media.
Yeah, so you agree that's bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's bad. Okay.
Well, it's politics. It's the state of it's the world we live in, right? It's us, and them, them.
Mhm.
You know, at the end of the day, right?
Can I answer Rachel's question about the art of the deal perspective here?
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you this. I've seen this from many people that support Trump about he's playing 3D chess, etc.
Yeah.
Now, are there
4D.
some 4D chess? I'm sorry, 4D chess, 5D chess, whatever,
Yeah, I don't think it
60D
matters. Go ahead.
chess, whatever the fuck it is. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
The point is that I've seen this plenty of times. This type of narrative. Now, were there some occasions where it played out pretty well? Sure. But when it came to, for example, the Elon Musk situation, I remember when he said, oh, Trump is in the Epstein files and this is why he's not releasing it. And that was a big old fucking story right there. And I saw people, even in my chat, saying that this could be some type of 3D chess thing. I said, guys, I don't think it is. I think this is a real beef. And I think that Elon was upset because of the big, beautiful bill, etc. And he donated so much money to Trump to kind of get him in office, which, by the way, I think, let me ask you guys this. The moment that Trump survived the assassination attempt, do you believe that Trump actually won the election at that point in time? Wick, would you say that was the case?
I think that combined with the push out of Biden sealed the deal.
Yeah, that sealed the deal. But remember, his support, Elon's support, came after that assassination attempt. So you know, if you believe that maybe he already won it prior before, I mean, Elon probably contributed to it, but was it the set in stone thing there? But I think that's what Elon was pissed about. And again, Trump supporters said it's 3D, 5-3, whatever chess. And I don't think that's always the case, Rachel. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think that's always the case.
No, but I agree with
let me
you.
ask a question to the panel, a couple ones to kind of get us back on track. We got about 20 minutes left. Did Epstein kill himself? What do you think?
That's a good question.
So I'll just start with this because I actually didn't really understand a lot of the controversy of this. I firmly could see Epstein as having killed himself. The question isn't whether or not he killed himself for me. The question is why he potentially killed himself. Like, did he kill himself because they were like, hey, if you don't kill yourself, we're going to like kill your entire family, or we're going to do this, like whatever shit. You got to get this shit done. Maybe that was the MO already known, stuff like that. I don't know. It could be, it's technically, it could be possible that there was no outside pressure whatsoever and he just couldn't handle it and then killed himself or whatever. But I don't think that's the important question, is whether or not he actually killed himself. It's like why he might or might not have killed himself.
They did release footage from his cell, but there is 2 minutes missing and
1 minute
edited footage.
Yeah.
Not his cell.
30 seconds. 36.
Yeah.
No, it was 1 minute from right when it hit I believe midnight or 11:59. It goes all the way to midnight. So it was 1 minute missing right there. But honestly,
I've heard CoffeeZilla say 3 minutes, but it might have been 1 minute from that one timestamp.
Oh, it could be that.
So
maybe those multiple
It's
ones.
2
But
minutes 36 seconds total.
oh wow,
Yeah,
okay,
and
that
somebody
backs
else-
it up even more. But
yeah, and they analyzed it and they said that there were about 5 edits within that period of time that were done. Somebody deconstructed it,
Okay,
reverse
given that this
engineered
is
it.
released by Kash Patel's FBI, right?
Yeah, I know
why
that's
you
why
think
we're
that
very
is?
upset about the situation, especially when Dan Bongino. And I'll ask you this, Rachel. Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, before they went into office, they were talking about the Epstein files. They said we need to be released. All of a sudden, they kind of changed, situations here. Why do you think that was, in your opinion? Do you still trust them?
Oh yeah, they have my complete trust. Absolutely, I trust the administration. I wanted to just add one thing about did Epstein kill himself? I just want to say that one of the last jobs I did before retirement. I'm very elderly. But before I quit working, I worked at a local jail. Right, so not like a prison, but more think Mayberry RFD. If anybody remembers the old Andy Griffith show, Otis, see yourself in and out of the jail. It was like one of
Chess
those.
is always 3D,
But,
bro. I know,
what I
but
did there
they say it's
is
5D
we had
chess that Trump's playing or
television
some shit like that.
for
I
the
don't
guys
fucking
in
know.
the cell, so we were monitoring them all the time, and we had a
Psychology
journal where we had
impact,
to every 15
behind
minutes
bars, especially in
write
prison.
what the prisoner is up to. The sole reason they did that, because we've got a lot of drunks in there, they'd get depressed and they try and off themselves. So we had them under monitoring. We had them under surveillance the full time.
By the way,
that
guys,
they were
thank you
in
so much for
custody.
tuning into Project
Now,
Deal Pod, bro.
In the case of Epstein, the original story that
appreciate
went
all
out,
you guys,
there
man,
shouldn't
in the
even
chat.
be any camera because they told us that the cameras were down. The cameras were malfunctioned. There was no footage to be seen. The second thing was that the guards left their posts and went on a coffee break, which you're not supposed to do. There was never a time during my shift where these guards were not there. It would be like a handoff I would do to another guard before somebody came in. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you ever have, because this guy he was on suicide watch, correct?
Yes.
Or am I? Yeah.
On top of it all, he was actually on suicide.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
So
getting fucked all
that's
day.
because he should, beyond having a person stationed there, he should have a person stationed there because he was on suicide watch.
Completely correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
I want to clarify something. So they are still claiming that the camera was down, the camera that was over his specific cell door. So the one that everyone's passing around is adjacent to it. You can only see the stairs leading to it, and you can barely see that. But there is footage of a prisoner who, after lockdown, I believe lockdown is at 8 p.m., around sometime between 10 and 11 p.m., there was a prisoner that went up and down those stairs. Don't know if it was Epstein, don't know if it was someone else. There are accounts from he had a roommate, and the roommate noticed he was collecting items to assist in unaliving himself. But that's, to me, that's circumstantial. That could be true, that could be false.
Yeah. There
There is also that his lawyer said that he didn't try to do it to himself the first time around. But again, it's the powerful people can make people say whatever. So I don't even accept that as 100% truth. Personally, I think that I'm like 60% he did it to himself, 40% he didn't. And I'm stuck wondering why didn't he do it the first time? It's not the first time he's been arrested and convicted. So I don't know what the difference is between the first time and this time.
Just real quick, $5 from Old School, and then you can ask me your question. To say, John, because I have more for you guys, but John Stewart coined this whole 3D chess BS in reference to Obama. It was false then, obviously. Obama was a mediocrity. Thank you for the $5. Okay, ask me your question.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Well, I'm going to ask the panel really quick. If you guys know, I'm going to look it up right now. How long was Epstein in prison before he apparently deleted himself? Do you know?
I have no earthly idea.
Hold on. Before he,
I don't think it was like months or something, right?
Well, that's why I'm guessing, because this is very important information here on the length of time that he was in there. 36 days. According to what I just said here.
That's longer than I thought.
That's literally just a month. You're telling me that this guy, apparently from the reports, right? This is the narrative, that he deleted himself and he was only in prison for 36 days before the apparent suicide. Again, that's crazy to me. That's kind of a weird coincidence there. That, again, going back to your question, I do believe that he did not do that. It makes no sense that this guy had billions of dollars. He was on top of the fucking world. He's been on top of the world for years. He's rubbed elbows with many celebrities. He gets caught. He's in prison for 36 days. And then their narrative is that he offed himself. That's kind of weird to me there.
On top of his best friend being the president?
Okay, no. It wasn't his best friend.
So
come on,
the next
bro.
question. The next
Come
question I have
on,
for you
bro.
all.
Well, if it was his best friend, then how did he get... Remember, if Trump was his best friend, then how did that even make sense? Remember, at the time.
They were close friends for 10 years, I think. And then they had a falling out, according to Trump.
It was like in the 80s, yeah.
So, it could have been that he was seeking a plea deal. I don't know. I don't want to get too conspiratorial because it was Trump's DOJ. So I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know.
Should Ghislaine, I don't know
Ghislaine,
how to pronounce her fucking name. Ghislaine Maxwell be allowed to testify in front of Congress?
I think she should.
Yes.
I think she should.
I don't see a reason why she shouldn't. We should be the people present should be the deciders as to the merit of her testimony.
Not only that, Ghislaine specifically said that she was going to give out the quote unquote client list that is now non-existent. So I would say, yeah, let's get her to testify.
I don't trust it. I think what would be better is to make the trial public, the information from the trial. I think I was upset that trial wasn't televised. I really wanted to see everything.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think that she's been in jail too long. She could be saying whatever she has to say. The only way I would trust it is if there is a level of corroboration. But this isn't being held in a court, right? So she can say whatever she wants, and I need more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, she's already still under oath in front of Congress, though. I still think that you can get dinged.
You're right.
Yeah, and you do have to realize that Ghislaine Maxwell
they
could
could get it
definitely lie on the court. Remember, she's fucked at this point. Who knows, what she's going to get out of that in general if she does testify.
Shoot, Trump could give her a pardon. They could have a deal. Like,
that's true. That could be a deal if you testify. That's a good point. So if the deal's right and she has a reason to tell the truth, then I would say if you guys would be okay with it. I don't know. Let me get the gentleman on my left-hand side. What do you think about that?
About her testifying, or
like if she got
her getting a pardon?
Yeah, like would you say that if she was able to get a plea deal to where instead of 20 years she gets 5 years, but she were to testify to get those client lists, would you do that? Or maybe 10 years? What would be your threshold there? Or maybe none at all?
I'm gonna it's gonna sound like a cop-out, but I actually would need like testimony from other people about her likelihood to reoffend. Because if she is getting a reduced sentence, she might reoffend. And that's like something I really would not like to accept. And her likelihood to tell the truth. If she's like very likely to lie, well, like based on people who know her better than me,
so
right?
it's kind of like more or less if we have an idea of that.
But yeah, if we have an idea that she's likely to tell the truth and that she's probably not going to start up another ring again, then yeah, let's.
To be honest, bro, would you really trust a PDF trafficker here at this point? I would say there's no.
She's probably going to, yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of the hardball here.
Save her skin. Yeah, I don't think her testimony is worth the paper it's going to be written on. Yeah.
I mean, if we can get her testimony without a reduced sentence, I'm all for it. But or if we can,
that's not going to happen though.
You reasonably guarantee that she's going to be dead no matter what. But I don't know how long she's in prison right now.
She has to have a motivation.
I think she got 20 years. From maybe I think it's 20 years. I think it's 20 years.
She could.
It's not uncommon for people to eventually tell the truth when they're in prison. So that is one thing. It's just the nature of what is there a deal and what is the deal. That's really what it will come down to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess my last question for the evening, and then we will, if you guys have any more discussion things, we can go into that, and then we'll go into closings and all that. My last question for the evening, if the list never gets released, what happens? And what I mean by that is, like, does this go away?
Life goes on.
I think Trump, let me finish my thought here. Trump is banking on that people will eventually forget about. There's been influencers who says no one really actually cares about this. This is just be a passing fad. It's just going to blow over after a few months and it'll be fine. No, everyone will start talking about the next conspiracy theory or the next big thing. How accurate do you think this is? What happens next if it doesn't get released for whatever reason? Do people just forget about it and move on? What do we think?
Wick, can I answer that really quickly? Just really quickly. I think one big component that's going to affect if Trump at least doesn't give some type of information here. Give us something, anything here at this point. But I think if he doesn't release anything, it's going to affect the midterms by far. It's going to affect the midterms because this is a high profile case that Trump is saying that nobody cares about. And if he continues that route all the way to midterms, I think that's going to affect it. And I think the Democrats are going to get some type of either the House or the Senate or something here. So I think it's going to be a massive effect on the Republican Party if he doesn't release something there. So I'll leave it.
Let me jump off of that. So the question specifically, what if it never gets released under Trump? Then I would hope it gets released under the next, at the very least, Democratic president, because it's on record. They better not have been posturing. On record, all of these Democrats said, they formed the cloud of, hey, I want this to be released. I'll vote to have this released. So I hope that wasn't just clout farming, and the next opportunity they actually get to do it when they have control of Congress,
need to do
they
it.
better fucking do it.
That's a good point.
Also, following up on the midterms, if it happens in the midterms, I'm expecting the exact same thing. If we win the midterms on the basis that the Republicans were totally incompetent as to release the Epstein files, then all of those people better hand on a Bible. Once they get elected, release the Epstein files. That should be your magnum opus of getting elected into that position, right? You're not going to farm the clout of, they're not doing anything about Epstein. And the moment that it comes time for you to hold the check, you're not going to pass that buck. That's not going to happen.
I can see that.
You kids had a bit of a giggle at me when I go, I trust Trump. I like Trump. There's a typical leftist response is, giggle, giggle. But I hold the same, I have the same kind of doubt. If the Democrats do get in power, which they are, I mean, they're at 19% approval right now. I mean, they're dying. I guess some poll came out. But anyway, they aren't going to win.
Yeah,
the
Darth
midterms.
Maul, I totally 100% agree with you. They ain't going to release jack shit. They don't care about the Epstein files.
Today, or
they only care now because of Trump.
Or that truth where he basically said, I don't need you.
But
go
this
away,
is his theory, and I can get you there.
Really
if they do that, you need to put their feet to the fire.
Confident.
But I seriously doubt if Democrats do get into power and they don't release it, this guy's not going to. He's just going to forget about it. This guy right here is just going to forget about it.
I kind of
because Democrats, these liberals don't actually give a fuck.
Lost Ark, the Ark of the Covenant is in that museum boxed away somewhere, and you've got this amazing treasure that's so central to the Jewish religion, traditional Judaism, and it's gold and it's got all this fantastic power, and it's gone and forgotten for the most part. You'll always get a remnant of people floating around the JFK files, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., all the, you've got the people that are always interested in those sort of things, Charlie Manson, the true crime community, all that. But the vast majority will move on. I'm sorry, bro, to the next I get you. Thing. And they'll just throw their hands up.
And Rachel Williams,
that's all you can do. Typical government,
gentleman.
You can't win. There's two things you're guaranteed of: taxes and the grave.
I think he's talking a little too much of these conspiracy talking points.
I have a guy, friend of the channel, WhickTV, who wants to ask one question before we get to closing statements. And you know what? It's his birthday. So as a present, I'm going to let him come on and ask his one question. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So happy birthday to Lactoid. Everyone wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Lactoid.
Happy
Welcome
birthday.
back.
This is your present.
Thank you.
Ask your question.
Okay. On True Social, Donald Trump said that he no longer wants the support of people who are buying into the Jeffrey Epstein scam. As somebody who voted for Trump in 2024, should I continue to support him, or does he no longer want my support?
That's a great question. Can I start off with that one? To be honest, man, look, here's the thing. We need to be as MAGA Trump supporters, because at the end of the day, Trump is just the face. The face is replaceable after 2028. Okay. But at the end of the day, he's the one that has the best representation for us at this point in time than any other politician, especially Democrats, etc. I would say, look, yeah, the dude fucking said some fucking silly thing, and I totally get you there. Am I going to just throw the fucking baby out with the bathwater? I wouldn't do that. I would say, no, I'm still going to support him.
Not the babies. Epstein loves the baby. So does Trump.
So really quick. So it's funny because Wick. So again, really quick. Wick, of course, is supposed to be a non-biased moderator, but he's been biased the whole fucking time. So really quick, Wick. So let me finish here, Wick, please. But the point is, though, is that I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I would still support the guy, but I understand the situation that because he made those comments, especially when midterms come around, do not be surprised that people like you that are making that decision that should I support him or not, it's going to bite him in the ass. So there's my.
I'm all in on Lindsey Graham now. Damn Trump! I don't think it's going to happen. So MAGA does what MAGA will do. What Trump's doing there is separating the sheep and goats. So what he's saying is that it doesn't even impact people like me. It's not directed. The comment isn't for MAGA base. It's for those other people that are floating around with that have divided loyalties with other things. Oh, God. And Trump's confident his base is loyal to him. Trump's banking it on people like me that are very loyal to him and have trust in the administration. That comment was not directed
Lord
to
of
his
Pies.
base. It was directed to the Candace Owens of the world and the Viva Phrase and all these
Haven't
other
seen you in the chat, man.
pundits
Welcome
that
to
are
the
there
chat.
on social media.
The problem is that Republicans need them to win.
Yeah, I'll send you the link once we're done. So we'll do the after show. All right.
Left or the far right.
I'll send you the link right now afterwards.
Like the people you're saying are wishy-washy. That's who decides elections.
We should be on final thoughts already.
But
should be over soon.
From Doobie to say, I declare a fatwa against all YouTube slang users. I hope a shark tries.
Am I the only one that answered the question?
Your pooner Happy birthday,
point.
Lack.
Or I guess me and Rachel.
Okay. Pooner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, can I just
Yeah,
get a
answer
quick
the question,
response?
yeah.
Also, so, yeah, I want because I would say pretty plainly he's saying he doesn't want your support, but also like I want
Oh, there
that
you go.
noted that this is all a controversy, not about people saying Trump should be in prison for a list or files that we haven't seen, right? This is about people just wanting the list or the files to be public. Right. So he's making all of this noise saying, I don't want anybody who is pro the Epstein
Remember the
hoax
question here.
on
He's
my
just
side.
kind of
Pro
doing
the
rhetoric.
Epstein hoax means you want the list public.
He's just
That
doing rhetoric.
is the people. That's what's going on.
He's not
That's what
answering the
movement is
question.
about.
Should
It's not
Trump
about arresting
supporters support Trump?
over this stuff?
He's doing rhetoric.
That's not what this is about. So I think that's pretty wild, a radical position that he has there. But
Okay.
also,
Go ahead.
sorry, can I just ask Rachel one question? Is there?
See, he didn't answer the question directly.
If Donald Trump was, let's say, deeply in the Epstein list, would you not support him after that? Is that something that could break your support for him?
No, not the list. What would support me is if the truth of it, that he's out banging kids, he'd be dead right now to me. And I'd say lock him up and throw away the key.
How could you, what proof would you need?
Well, the truth would be the forensics would have to go through it. And then I'd have to look at people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and other individuals whose integrity I trust. Pam Bondi, I don't know enough about. Kash Patel, I know a little bit about.
Nah,
and
you
Dan
got your grid.
Bongino, I know a lot more about because he was a podcaster.
So Trump's
So that's
own
my-
administration would have to say that he's a pedo.
Yeah, and
Oh, God.
people that I respect, that we all respect that way for sure.
Okay.
You
All
know?
right.
I'm curious.
Well, first of all,
Is the
before
line that
start-
you draw-
before you go, Tristan, I just want to make sure. Lactoid, did they answer your question to your satisfaction?
Well, they answered my question.
Fair.
I mean, I know I said just one question, but I do appreciate it. I know it's not,
Did all of us
not
answer it
final.
directly? Because I feel like I answered the actual question here on that.
Well, you did. I think right now it's just, again, I was feeling pretty like mind blown and hurt, and then we
Yeah.
get this response. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, I understand, bro. Trust me, bro. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, yeah, I get it, man. It is what it is.
You know, the other thing is Trump's in a situation where, on some level, usually it's, after the first 2 years of the term, becomes a dead duck president or lame duck, right? The lame duck thing. I mean, he's not going to be back for another term. This is it. So he doesn't need the support. He's done his work. It's been done now, right? He still wants,
Yeah, but
in terms
Rachel,
of getting different,
we still need to elect
different
a president for 2028. So there is some repercussions there.
yeah,
Rachel.
but there'll be.
Also,
I
he
know,
could
but
get
there'll be-
impeached after the midterms.
But it's not going to be him. It's not going to be Trump.
Yeah,
It's not. Trump's
I understand
not
that,
gonna
but
be-
if we were to put
He's
in
83
another
years
MAGA
old.
politician, I think his words do matter at this point, even though.
Well, I mean, who is the other MAGA though?
Well-
Name me another MAGA? There is none. It's a cult of personality. I mean, at its worst, the critics of Trump say he's a demagogue, and on some level, he is. He's a massive
like-
personality.
he is a massive
You don't like
personality.
JD Vance?
Okay,
Um,
Lactoid, we love you.
Well, his
There
point,
you go.
no,
JD
the point
JD
was that
has
JD doesn't have the same clout as Trump did, at the time when he ran.
Yeah.
And that's true. There's not a guy that's going to replace Trump. I mean, that's just going to happen. But however,
But
I think us
yeah.
as MAGA or people, Republicans, we do need to start catering to the next person up here. It's just kind of like football. We need to draft the next young guy.
Too early, yeah, but too early in the game yet. We're early.
No, I think
innings
it's
here.
appropriate
6
time to do
months
it
in.
now. We only have 3
Okay,
years.
I disagree. I think
Okay,
I think we
fair
still
enough.
got time. No,
Fair enough.
What I would like us to do, and Wick, my, what would be great for this is, God willing, we're all, especially me, I'm the old one. God willing, we're all alive next year, and then we all convene here, and by that time, this Epstein situation may be a little bit in the rearview mirror. Wouldn't that be an interesting show? And then you could see what we talked about at this point in history, and now with the advantage of hindsight, looking at it back on it a year from now. I think it would be
We will see
interesting.
what happens. $10 from It Starts With Saturn to say, to me, whether or not Epstein killed himself is tangential to the main issue. This won't go away unless prominent figures are prosecuted over this. Release the names from those backbinders. Thank you for the $10. Gang, This has been a show. We've had some crazy ideas thrown around. We have some crazy responses to those crazy ideas. It's been a discussion, okay? Thank you for coming. I'm going to give each of these lovely individuals a chance to close out, to tell people their closing thoughts, where you can find them. And please do. They've given their time, their energy, in order to come and give you content. So please reward them. I have links to all their stuff in my YouTube description. You click that link and you can give them a follow, subscribe, whatever they want, right? If you've liked this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, throw me some coin, okay? We got some great shows coming up. Tomorrow is a big one at 6 p.m. Eastern. Destiny has been making some dead kid jokes. Counterpoints and Erudite are going to yell at him on my show about that. And Soy Pill's going to defend Destiny. So that'll be a show. So tune in for that at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Then on Friday is the Wick and Tally show where we're going to talk about, well, we might have a big guest coming on. I won't announce him yet until we get the 100%. And then on Sunday, he was supposed to happen last Sunday, but he had some family stuff going on. We're going to have History Speaks, and he's going to come on my show and tell me why I'm getting back. Gaza wrong. So,
I just took a piss. That's all it was.
With that, we are going to go to closings. And we're going to go first to Tristan, and we're going to end with Relly. So, Tristan.
All right. If anyone out there wants to learn how to make money using Uber and Lyft, I have a YouTube channel for that. It's called Future Rideshare Millionaire. The goal isn't to become a millionaire using rideshare. It's using rideshare as a stepping stone to find that next part of your life that can help you achieve that status. So I don't have a political channel yet, but I will someday. And I plan on coming back here to sharpen my skills until I do.
Check them out, gang. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Rachel, go ahead.
Tristan. Yeah. So Ghost Town Politics, 12 noon Pacific time, Monday to Friday. And I just want to thank you, Wick, for being a gracious host and having a crazy MAGA type on like myself. And also to Sarah Raging Tomato, who bridged the gap and got me here today. I had a lot of fun, a lot of respect for the panelists. Everybody was thinking clearly. There's a lot of knowledge here. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. A good group. All right.
Glad you like it, and maybe we'll have you on again sometime. Gang, check her out, check her channels out, and its links are in my YouTube description. Next up, Jake Varr. Go ahead.
First off, thanks for having me on, man. I had a lot of fun, especially going back and forth with the gentleman on my left. Had a lot of fun doing that. I do like going back and forth with individuals that I disagree with. I think it's healthy for that. To Tristan, by the way, bro, very much like the exchange that I had with you, bro. I think you're pretty collective on your thoughts. You have some pretty good takes, even though we disagree on stuff. I did enjoy you as well. Maybe I'll look at your YouTube channel so that I can maybe make some money on the side with Lyft or something like that, man. So I appreciate that. But overall, man, had a lot of fun, and shout out to the Raging Tomato because she was also the one that recommended me to Wick. So shout out to her as well. Wick, I appreciate it, even though I will say you're pretty biased in this moderation. It felt like I was arguing with three people here, but it is what it is. But dude, honestly, I appreciate it, man. Honestly, I would love to come back and scrap it out with any other liberals that you put in front of me.
Fair enough. Thank you, and check his channel out. The link is in my YouTube description. But yeah, just if you see my content, you know that I get involved in my discussions because I am not a non-biased moderator. If you want a non-biased moderator, there are other moderators that you can go to. But if you want one that will give his opinion, that's me. Last but certainly not least, Irrelevant.
Thank you for having me on, Wick. I appreciate the invitation. I appreciate the conversation. And for the individual Jake, who I went back and forth with. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you going back and forth in comparison to at least people who just like bitch out and just will sit there and kind of throw shade and not do an actual proper back and forth. I think it is a far superior position to be in for an actual proper back and forth. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is relevant on all these different platforms, Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. And the last thing I want to say is, Tristan, what the fuck are you doing with your lighting, bro? That shit is crispy, man. That's some crispy.
It is good.
Light.
It's really good. Yeah,
thank you.
It's true. It is really good. That's facts.
Yeah.
Okay, check him out, gang. Go to his Kick channel, go to his YouTube channel, give him follows, give him subscribes, give him love. We love Irrelevant here. Thank you for being here. And with that, wait, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace, guys.
Okay. They're all gone.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
again.
Have a good night, guys.
All right. Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
Tristan, by the way,
Yeah, you guys are fun.
I added everybody on X, so I'll be reaching out.
Mhm.
Maybe we can get you on Project VOPod on my show in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah, for sure.
So I'd love to chat it out with some politics with all of you guys, everybody on the panel. So yeah, God bless,
Yeah,
guys.
this was fun.
Yeah.
All right,
All
later.
right, guys. Thanks so much.
Have
How
a good
the
one.
hell do I get out of here?
There's
I
a
really
little,
got
little red button there, Rachel.
new mentions. What the hell's that all about? I gotta find it, man. I'm such a rookie on here.
Right
Direct
on.
message. I'll find it. Oh, disconnect. There we
Yeah,
go.
have a good
Thanks
one.
so much. Dave. Yeah,
Yeah.
I subbed you up on my alt channel, which this is my I'm a music channel as well,
Mhm.
and so I subscribe to my political stuff with a thing called Genealogy Mad. If you see Genealogy Mad as a new subscriber over there,
Mhm.
that's me.
Okay,
All right.
awesome. Awesome. God bless.
Thanks, Jake.
Have
Take
a good
care,
one.
man. Bye.
Yep.
God bless you too. Bye.
All right, awesome. Awesome. We're done on that one right there. Great. Let's get to. All right, guys. There you guys have it. Let me send the link over to Grid One because Grid One was watching it. And I just fucking closed out my Discord. I don't know why I did that. Especially if I'm gonna send over the link to Grid. Hold on. I'm gonna send the invite to Grid, get his thoughts. Hold on. Where the fuck it? Where's the share? Okay, here it is. All right, hold on. Let me just find Grid really quick. Send him the link, and we're gonna continue the show here on my end. There you go. All right, sent it out to Grid. Yeah, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that exchange. I think the gentleman that was on my left hand side. Holy shit, bro! That guy is definitely in the deeps of the Democratic Party. But however, Rachel Williams, yeah, he was shooting out some fucking, some pretty big basic Fox News talking points here. Grid One, thank you for joining us.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah, man. So what was your thoughts here, man? A whole lot of shit there. I got into a
Bro.
guy on the left.
Well, first of all, if you had asked, I would have told you that Whack
Whack.
always gets involved. He's kind of a weird dude.
I had to call him out, bro. Like, I was just like, bro, you're being biased here. Like, he asked
It
us.
doesn't-
Every
goes
question he
harder
asked was
if you
directly to
call-
me. Every question was directed to me and never the opponents, the oppositions. Never.
Yeah.
He said, well,
Yeah,
Jake,
no,
if
that's
you're
it,
saying
man.
this and we know that Trump is blah, 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 then how could you say XYZ? And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Ask them
Yeah.
questions. Like, nothing.
Yeah, and they're so misinformed, right? Like
Mhm.
it's like, well, I want to hear the transcripts from the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Well, what are you, a fucking idiot? Literally, she was only tried on crimes committed during 2001, 2004,
Yeah.
which was the same time period, if I recall correctly, and I may not, that Epstein was tried for. So all it was saying, yeah, when that she was procuring girls for Epstein, who's already been convicted of it, and that's why they went and that's why they were able to get a conviction against her in the first place. And so it's like, what the fuck? If you're going to come after these people, man, use something relative. Why do you want to hear about the trial that it's just the same information that was
That's
back
all
in
over
2000?
again.
Yeah, that you can read in Epstein's original transcripts, from 2001, 2004, or whenever that was.
Mhm.
And it doesn't gain you any information. That's just another red herring. It's just another bullshit. It's just more horse shit. Nobody cares about Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Like, nobody cares. You know what you should care about? Where are however many terabytes of data from the hundreds of video cameras on that island?
Yeah.
Right?
That was never released. Yes, you're right.
Where are the cell phone videos, Jake?
Yep.
From some dumbass CEO that got invited to the island, banged some chick, that maybe, or maybe he was younger, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersions, but shit happens. And where is that? Where, I mean, you mean the NSA, who literally can tell me what I had for fucking breakfast this morning, can't find a couple of cell phone videos from that time period from people that were there?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is just like, and the whole client list thing, it's like, why is it that nobody can just simply say there's no fucking client list? The entire idea that there was a client list comes from the depositions from people who they knew were on flight logs going to the island.
Yeah.
And those, so it was like, Jake, not saying you did, but maybe you took a trip to Epstein's Island and your name was on a flight log. And you get interviewed by the FBI. And the FBI says, well, who the fuck else was on the plane? And you go, well, Grid One was on the plane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck I was? You can't prove it. There's something on the log, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
Like, why are we getting excited about it? And I've said this all the time. Why are we getting excited about this client list? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
because if you say Bill Clinton's name is on a list, he says, well, wait a minute. That's from a deposition taken by the FBI. That person wasn't under oath.
Yeah.
That person just said he just said my name was there. It might not even be this Bill Clinton. There's 10 other Bill Clintons. Go find
that is a good point. I never even thought of that. That he put a different Bill Clinton there. Why the fuck do we care about
this client list? Why the fuck do we care? And this is the thing that really blows my mind. I am positive that nasty shit went down on Epstein's Island.
I'm sure.
I'm positive of it. But this isn't about what I know. It's just about what I can prove.
Yeah.
And we can't prove shit. And what's the most interesting thing is that at least 2, and I believe up to 4 different rappers went to Epstein's Island and shot rap videos on the island.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Full on film crews. Now you're telling me that there's not one, little pissant film crew guy that doesn't have an axe to grind that wouldn't be like, that dude diddied
somebody. Yeah, you could just pay them off, bro.
Right.
Pay them off.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like if this, and so it's like, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying that there's no, I don't know that there's any actual evidence.
Right.
I think the drives were wiped. I don't believe, or Israel has them, or Hamas has them,
right.
or the Thai government has them. I don't know who the fuck, but terabytes. I mean, that's a lot of fucking data, bro.
Yeah, no, it is.
And all they're really doing, and the most important question that should be asked is, why is everybody pissed now when Biden has had 4 fucking years to destroy the data? Maybe there was a list. Maybe there was documentation. Maybe there was a file that said Epstein's client list, sealed, sitting on Pam Bondi's desk. And she went and opened it, and it said, got you, motherfucker, when she opened it, right?
Yeah.
Like what is this what is the mythology that we want to believe in here?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and that's the thing. When
I wish I'd been on that panel, boy, I would.
No, okay. So, Grid, here's the thing, bro.
I was so pissed.
Here's the thing. I was recommended by Sarah from the Raging Tomato, and I guess Sarah also recommended Rachel Williams. I wish she recommended you instead. I would have loved to have you.
I didn't even know anything about it, man. I was, and I didn't even know what you were. You told me. You told me that you were going to debate on WhickTV. I'm like, yeah, all right, that's cool. And then I was like, wait, what? And I assumed that you were debating something that I just wouldn't be interested in, like like fucking farm futures or some shit. I don't know,
dude. It was out of nowhere, and I was just like, yeah, I'll be on the panel. Fuck it. I know of Wick because of you, to be honest, because I saw that you were on his panel, so I knew of Wick because of you. But outside of that, I didn't know who the fuck Wick was, so I'm glad I kind of put my foot in the door, thanks to Sarah for that. But nevertheless, I wish you were my debate partner here. It's funny. Right. Ghost messaged me like, hey, can you replace that person with Grid One? And I was like, no, I can't, bro. I'm totally out of my control here.
Dude, it was crazy. The whole thing about Epstein's Island is just crazy. So you have Trump who the entire time it was under his jurisdiction, it was being investigated and they had no answers, right?
Right.
So when people say, well, why? Well, Trump had 2.5 years to release the files. Well, no, he didn't, because it was an active investigation. You can't do that, right? I mean, I'm sure that he probably could have, but he figures, it's an investigation, whatever.
Right. Right.
Biden takes office and it shuts down. Like there's nothing. Like nobody, nothing. Like zero. It instantly just goes away. Like nobody even cares anymore.
The only ones that were talking about it were MAGA supporter people, like online. That's all the ones. Democrats did not give a shit. These people, Wick and all those fuckers, didn't care about the Epstein files until now.
Right. For 4 whole years, you didn't hear a word about it, except from the right. Like, hey, where's this list? Biden never opened it. That it was, everything about it just kind of dried up, went away. Nobody's talking about it. I don't think it was sealed per se, but I think that it's like one of those like, we'll talk about this later.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Like and so now all of a sudden, now that's 4 years to alter evidence, make evidence disappear, terabytes of hard drives, for example. What's really interesting is if you remember back, and I can't find the news articles to save my life. But I remember back when all of this, when they were trying Ghislaine, when they were, when Epstein was arrested and extradited back here and all that, I remember that they had all of this video. There was video documentation. Now, this is why I keep coming back to, where is the fucking video?
Yeah.
Right? Now, me personally, my personal belief is that absolutely there are a bunch of really powerful motherfuckers somehow associated, somehow they're involved. Now, whether or not they were on the island diddling, or whether it was their kids on the island diddling other kids, whatever the fuck it was.
Or maybe they were just having sex with overage
normal people, right?
PDF,
maybe they were having, maybe they were, maybe they were passport growing. Maybe they were legit passport growing, and they don't want their wives to know they were passport growing.
Or it would just destroy their reputation. Let's just be honest about it. Like, it doesn't have to be fully illegal.
There could be absolute rational above board justification for all of it, right?
Right.
So, and I do believe that. I do 100% believe that there are powerful people involved, and there's nothing we're going to do about it now. My problem is why is it that everyone's pissed off about it now? For 4 years, nobody said a fucking word.
Right.
Now everybody's pissed. And they're pissed because Trump said, hey, we're going to make this public.
Right.
You guys deserve to know. That was one of the, he didn't run on that.
He didn't run off that, which I mentioned there. It wasn't his.
It wasn't in his platform at all.
Yeah.
It was, but it has been part of MAGA the whole time. It didn't go away. We were always like, and literally, it's a running joke in the conservative community. Well, that guy's going to get Epstein, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he Epstein himself, right? Yeah, it's literally a running joke, bro. It's literally a meme.
It's literally a meme.
It was active on us, but not them. All of a sudden, and that was the thing that I brought up. And he said, "No, the Democrats right now care about it. Like we've cared about it.
Well, they care about it. So this is, and look, I'm not going to do the 4D chess thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say that it's very convenient that with the midterms coming up, Trump has if he has not engineered it, the way it has evolved is everyone on the left now is demanding the Epstein files be released. Sure. Now you have Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck his name is. That dude with the nose.
Yeah. The Indian guy or some shit like that.
The Indian guy, whatever he is.
Whatever he is.
Indian, I don't know. Whatever. Look, I it's nothing personal, I don't know the guy. So anyway. So they come out and they say, we have all of this evidence. We're taking control of this evidence. Now they come out and say, well, there is no evidence. Now remember what they actually said versus what the press said. What they didn't say, there is no list of names. They're saying The file didn't have a list of names in it.
Sure.
What they said, they didn't say we have no evidence. We have no, we have no, they didn't say Epstein killed himself. They said we have no proof that he killed himself. And furthermore, we now have this video that somehow is magically resurfaced that, that from the, from the video, from the hospital. And now the left, my opinion, is taking the bait. I think this is bait.
The bait. Okay.
I think it's bait. I think it's like that's bait.
Wait, are you insinuating that Trump is doing this type of 3D
I don't think Trump's
or 4D
doing it. I
chess?
don't think Trump is doing it. I don't think
Okay.
Trump has anything to fucking do with it.
Okay.
I think that I mean if I want to go full conspiracy theorist,
Sure.
I think Bongino
Uh-huh.
is doing exactly what he said he was going to do for the last 4 fucking years.
Wait, but Bongino said that he didn't murder himself and he didn't there's no Epstein file.
Well, no. He said there's no evidence of him murdering himself. And here is proof there's no evidence that he murdered himself.
which wasn't evidence. We saw the footage.
Right. And so
how-
Bongino's now saying, wait a minute, guys. Where's the real evidence? And everybody's asking him.
Mhm.
Bongino, bro, this can't be real. Show us the real shit. Even the leftists, even the Democrats,
Sure,
where's
are
the
all getting
real
on it.
shit? Where's the real shit? Bongino's like, this is what you gave me. And what it should do, but what it will not do, because the Dems will never allow this. It should prompt an entire internal investigation from birth to death of every document associated with the Epstein investigation. It won't happen. I'm just telling you right now, I don't care what anyone thinks. It's not going to happen, but it should happen.
Right.
And I think that the people that are involved in the justice system, that have had their hands tied, that have seen what's going on, I think they're manipulating things to some degree. I don't think it's a cabal. I don't think it's, anything like it's not, it doesn't feel organized. It feels very disconnected, but
Mhm.
it's just very convenient the way these things are tumbling apart.
Great. Look, again, I don't want to go into the conspiracy theories, but you're kind of diving into a little bit of this. What I got out of that is that you're saying,
No, I'm
okay,
saying there's no conspiracy theory. I don't
Right.
think there's a conspiracy theory. I think that this is the natural way of things.
okay, but when you say Bongino is kind of behind it, and of course he said that there's no Epstein files, right?
Well, I think he's the driving force, because he's the one
Okay.
right now. Didn't I just read an article yesterday? Maybe, I don't remember, that
Mhm.
Bongino is calling for investigations. He doesn't believe this evidence, even though that's the evidence he has. He's
Right.
I don't believe this, but this is what it is. And so he, in my mind, Bongino, I think Bongino is just basically saying, look, I was here to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the job. Now you don't like the way I did the job, so let's look into this further. And
Okay.
and the thing is that the way it looks to the way it looks to me is one way. The way it looks to the leftists, the way it looks to leftists is, oh, they got something to hide. We got to go find it.
Of course.
Right? They got something to hide. We got to go find it. And that doesn't help the leftist.
Mhm.
That helps us.
I see your point. Are you saying that because we did this whole circus act, that the left will support?
I don't think it's
the
a
release?
circus act. I think that legit. I think Trump doesn't care anything about.
Oh, so it's not Trump. You're saying
No.
the people that he put in charge of the FBI are.
Yeah, I think that Kash
are putting
Patel and Pam Bondi unintentionally. I believe this is unintentional, right? I think that they really believed that the sealed file on Pam Bondi's desk held the list.
Mhm.
I think they believed that. They were told that. I think that they said, people said, hey, this is the Epstein list. Guard it with your fucking life.
Mhm.
But it was a blank sheet of paper.
Wow. Okay.
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 Because if it's not that way, okay, we have if then, right?
Mhm.
If it is not the case that the file that she opened up and has nothing in it, she says, okay, there's no list. And as far as I can tell, there was never a list.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the case that there was a list back in 2020 when Biden took over. If there was such a list, where'd it go? Who has it now?
Mm-hmm.
And whose name was on it?
Right. Right.
Because Trump wasn't president.
Right. But Trump did
Trump
say
was being investigated at the time.
right. But Trump, I think it was yesterday, Trump he said straight up that this file has been altered somehow.
Yes, I think that.
So-
I think that what he's now repeating what the investigators are telling him.
Okay. I
Right?
got you there.
So all right. So look, let's see what's happened the past 2 weeks. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The past 2 weeks, it's gone from, and look, they're not doing it the way that I want it done.
Right.
Because what should have happened is the minute Pam Bondi and Kash Patel opened those files and saw nothing there, they should have said, hey, there's nothing fucking here. We were wrong.
Right.
And Trump should have said, you lying motherfuckers. I want a complete DSA, NSA, DIA, all the fucking agencies, full investigation right fucking now.
Yeah.
And you guys are suspended until we finish it. That's what should have happened.
Should have happened.
In my opinion.
But you do
In my
know that
opinion.
Trump doesn't really care about it, because even prior
Yes.
before that, Trump was never like, yeah, we're going to release it. Trump was never enthusiastic about releasing those Epstein files. He didn't run off of that, you know, but what should have been is what you're saying. So you do
Well,
realize
I feel like that America would have responded to that, right? That's what it should. And I think that a lot of people in their minds, that's the reaction Trump, that's what the reaction they wanted from Trump. The reaction they got was, I don't really give a shit. You guys sort this shit out. I got other shit to do. I got Russia over here.
And bro, by the way, I feel that way, to be honest, a little bit. And I get it. He's
No, I
busy
feel
with
that way
like
too.
Russia. I feel that way, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I got Russia over here. I got fucking North Korea over here. You
I know.
motherfuckers sort it out.
Yeah, I get you
And-
there.
But so I think that the big news today, if you read it, it's actually not news. It's a nothing burger. It's complete false headline. Was Republicans block Democrat vote to reveal the Epstein files.
Right.
That didn't fucking happen. We all know it didn't happen. They know it didn't happen. But it's a headline.
Right.
You know.
So what exactly happened there, Grid? Because from my
I don't
understanding,
really know, because I didn't know that there was a vote. I know that they were talking about it, and the
they're
Democrats
going to have another one, by the way. Another one.
I know it's
That's
in a week.
new.
I think. Yeah,
it's in a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think Republicans voted to block it, but maybe one or two did. Because they just don't give a shit anymore.
I'm thinking the Democrats sneaked in like, we'll vote on the bill, and with it, like, open borders.
They did.
Some
I think
fucking
it was
bullshit like that.
attached to something else that they wanted.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was thinking. Yeah.
And and so you know, it didn't. But now the Democrats are getting a lot of pressure from, and this is the most beautiful thing. This kind of beauty only happens in nature, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Democrats, their own base is calling for them to release the files, the very files they never wanted to release, the very files that you know we more or less believe. And I mean I'm in the camp that I think Billy Clinton's name's on that list, and I think Billy Clinton's name is on that flight manifest multiple times. I think that, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Ghost, I agree with you. There's a lot of taxpayer money being wasted on it. 100% agree. You know, look, I'm just saying, I guess first of all, I don't care about the list. I don't care. Nobody's going to be prosecuted. Here's a big thing. Unless they come up with video, timestamps, witnesses, DNA, a bunch of shit that they don't have, apparently.
Yeah.
What's the list do other than maybe cause some temporary pain for these people who have enough money to just not give a fuck?
Sure. Grid, do you think that if the list is released, or blackmail list. I would call it the blackmail list, right? If it
I
is
think it is.
released, do you think it's worth our taxpayer money to investigate
Fuck
every single
no.
person on the
Fuck
blackmail list?
no. Fuck no. Well, here's the thing.
Mhm.
In my mind, everybody on the, I mean, basically everybody's name that's on the list, you just, get that guy from No Country for Old Men to go around and just take care of
It's a great
business.
movie. It's great.
Right?
It's a great movie.
Yeah, just get him to go around and just take care of all those fuckers, one at a time. Just give him a year, he'll sort it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of it, right? There's no harm, no foul, no
like
course,
black ops
no
missions.
trial.
You're like, just do black ops missions. It's cheaper.
Just 100% off the books, but without the coin, sure. Yeah, without the coin.
Without the coin.
That's funny. But so I mean, because look, if they really were diddling kids, if they flew to an island specifically to diddle kids, that's a very special kind of evil.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't get my head around, right?
Right.
Now that's probably just, that I'm an American and all of that, because I know in other countries it's not that big a deal, and blah, blah, blah. And they have different cultures and societies and whatever, what the fuck ever. But, we're, talking about America right now.
Yeah.
So that's what I would prefer to do. But the problem is we couldn't do that, because even if your name's on the list, Jake Varr, nobody knows what you did there. You could have gone there to inspect the fire sprinkler system, right? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. You might have had to, you're a mailman. You probably needed to deliver a package.
I need to deliver an Amazon package and take a
hand deliver
plane, Epstein's plane all the way over there to deliver the package. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the most convenient way. You could have taken a FedEx plane, but we all saw what happened in that Tom whatever his name is, Tom Hanks movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't look like you don't need a friend named Wilson. So
I definitely don't. I'm not a psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah. And but yeah, I mean I guess I'm just over the Epstein thing. If we could convict people, right? If we had DNA evidence, if we had pictures, if we had video, if we had enough evidence to convict even one person, I'd be all over this shit.
Yeah.
But we don't, bro. And we're never gonna. Even if you did, it's what is it? It's all right. So let's just say, and this sucks, man. This is bullshit, but it sucks. And if it is this is a real shit. This is real dope. Jake, even if you had gone to Epstein's Island in 2005, had a good time with some underage chick, and all of a sudden tomorrow your name's released on the list. They got DNA evidence. They, because she saved the condom or whatever, and and videos and pictures and whatever. They don't know who the victim is. You can't defend yourself. The court has rules. And so I think we'd end up wasting a shit ton of money in court
investigating the blackmail list
and trying a bunch of people that would never be capable of convicting them, and really just to satisfy a political agenda. And that sucks to say that out loud.
Grid, here's a caveat. If the list is so big, if the list is so big that maybe
177 names.
Yeah. Okay. 177. Okay. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say 80% of them were, like people that were like nobodies, right? People that can't defend themselves in court. But the other 20% were the elites. Would you at least say maybe spending the money on just the ones that are the lower ones on that blackmail list? Or maybe the higher ones? What direction is there a caveat there that you would change your mind?
If we can't get a conviction, it's not worth spending money at all.
On both sides, even if it's like smaller, lower tier people that can't defend themselves.
If we're going to,
if you can get a conviction rate of all of the bottom 80% of people that can't defend themselves that went over there to that island.
Yeah, but
would you say?
Yeah, but you would go to court and the judge would say, "Okay, where's the victim?" And you'd say, "Well, Your Honor, there is no victim. We just have this evidence that he probably did it. And he'd be
Yeah,
like,
well, let's say
"Fuck
there's
outta
video
here."
evidence, but we don't have the actual.
Yeah, we don't know the
victim
girl. We
testimony.
don't know, I don't know how that plays out, to be honest, but I don't think we win.
Yeah. No, I get you there.
And I guess
the-
at this point, I'm at like, where's the win for the American people?
I would say that you can get some wins by getting some of these people off the streets, but I get you. It's not a big impact here. Not as much as we want.
What do you mean? I mean, so all right. So
if the scenario is like the bottom 80% of people.
But if they're doing it here, all right, let's follow this logic train. I like this logic train.
Go for it.
So let's say that you're a corporate dude and you're used to getting flown to special events, and a lot of times there's hookers there, right?
Sure.
And you fly to Belgium, you get some Belgium hookers. You fly to Germany, you get German hookers. You fly wherever the fuck,
Yeah.
And that's just it's like a company perk.
Mm-hmm.
And you get on this island, or you get on this plane to go to Epstein's island, and they have Thai hookers, and you're like, that's cool.
Cool.
Right? Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not my flavor, but whatever, And then you fly home. And when you're at home, you don't do shit. You're straight as a fucking arrow. You don't go seek out underage women. Well, you don't seek out underage women in the first place. It just happened to be what was on the menu, right?
I understand that. In other words, you're not asking for ID here. you're
right,
there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Grunge says he's had better hookers. I don't. I mean, I didn't realize it was a competition, but okay.
Yo, it's a great
win, bro. You win.
He's had better hookers than you, Grid. All right?
He wins. That's a winning motherfucker right there. But I mean, let's say that you're straight as a fucking arrow here, true to your wife, you got beautiful kids, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on these company trips,
yeah, you let loose.
Yeah, when you're not, and you're not even in this fucking country.
Yeah.
So who are you taking off the street? You can't, I mean,
I understand what you're saying. Like if the scenario was which a lot of high pro like CEOs, they do that. Let's just be 100% about it. That when they have money, they do that. Yeah. They go on a company trip. Dude, of course they're fucking banging chicks. It's a perk. And you're saying that if they were on the Epstein and they had scenarios there, who are you really taking off the streets? These high profile guys that wouldn't have done that in the first place?
They're not doing it at home.
Yeah. I get you there.
You're never going to catch you haven't taken someone off the street because they're not somebody that's driving downtown in nowhere in Smallville, America, going to the mall, picking up 14-year-old or 15-year-old chicks and taking them home. That's not what's happening. Right. So, that's which look, and I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying we can't prove it. Although I do agree with ESP revelation. This has been my whole point the whole time. In this digital age, there's no video, bro. There's no video. I mean, how do we have no video? We don't have the NSA recording a phone call from JD Rockepecker, CEO of Fuck All Incorporated, back to Jake Varr saying, bro, you've got to, you have no idea what I just did, man. I'm just telling you, man, it was, whoa, this chick was hot.
She was hot.
I didn't ask for ID one voice. I mean, the NSA records fucking everything. They're recording this right now. Thank you, NSA. I needed the views. And
I get you there.
Come on, man.
I get you, Grid. Let me ask you this. Here's another question. Actually, I need to take a leak before I ask you this question because I want you to rant on it. I need you to rant on it. But hold on. Real entertain the audience while I'm gone, please.
Oh, entertain the audience. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm not saying, look, I don't condone any of this shit. I'm just realistic enough to understand that we're just not going to get anything out of this except a bunch of back and forth bullshit. It's just it's a political wedge. It's political leverage. And right now, I personally think, and again, I don't believe that Trump is doing this on purpose. I think that the way it's working out is he is driving the Democrats insane. For so long, they've said you can't release the list, you can't release the information, you can't release any of this stuff. We're not done with the investigation, blah blah blah. And now you've got all of these leftists screaming at the top of their lungs to release all of the notes from the investigation, which is awesome for our side. Honestly, I think it's great. You know what? Come at me, bro. You think Trump fucked up and is covering up? Great. You know what? I think so too. Let's get that list out in the open. Okay. Can we do that? That would be fucking great. The problem is, again, we don't have any evidence, or at least we're told we don't. Now, do I think that we do? Probably not. So,
Grid. Okay.
There you are. You're back.
I got a question here. So,
yes, sir.
In the beginning of the exchange that I had over there on Wick, I had a theory here. Now, according to resources or people testimonies, that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some type of foreign entity here. Okay. Now, we don't know what the foreign entity is, but we do know it's in the Middle East. Could it be Israel? Could it be Iran? I don't know.
I've heard the CIA connection.
Yeah, the CIA.
And I believe it. I actually believe Epstein's exactly the
Yeah.
kind of guy that the CIA would say, hey, look, Peckerwood, we have a lot of dirt on your dumbass.
Yeah.
You've already been convicted of X. If you don't play ball with us, pal, well, let's just say life's unpleasant.
Great. According to those files, the ones that were released, we do know that Epstein did work with the CIA. In fact, they decided not to investigate. I believe it was like 30 women that were apparently raped by Epstein. They decided to throw that under the rug because Epstein was giving some type of intel.
Sure.
So we know that's the case.
That sounds like the CIA.
Yeah, sounds like the CIA. Now, I will tell you this, though. If he was in coordinates with a foreign entity here, my question is, if the Epstein files are released and we know the truth of that, whether it be Israel or whatever,
we won't ever know the truth. We will know what they have.
Right. But hypothetically,
what remains, we will know what remains.
Yes. Hypothetically, let's just say it was released and we know the truth about that.
Yeah.
Do you think this would be a net positive for us Americans as a society to know that truth? Is the government hiding this stuff for our safety, or do you think it's better for us to know this information, these facts?
So I never believe that anyone is hiding stuff for our safety, right? Like, I don't buy that bullshit. That does not. And at this point, I prefer the idea of the government hiding shit from us, and basically everyone hiding shit from everyone else, because everyone is living their lives publicly 24/7. And so they're giving up their privacy so much. And I think that most people probably shouldn't do that.
Like what we're doing right now, Grid. Like we're
right. But it's the difference. You know what's interesting to me is dudes that I know live in states where, say, pot is illegal, and they're lighting up
on camera.
On camera. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, that's not smart, right? And nobody knows where I live. I'm like, dude, seriously?
Yeah.
So no, I mean, look, I would prefer a little less. Well, first of all, I would prefer a little less government, and then the more transparency comes with it. I think so much is covered up in the name of protecting society that it's onerous.
Well, that's their excuse, though, right?
Yeah. Well, right. That's what I'm saying. In the name of, right? That it's become this burden upon society that society doesn't really need. And what it really creates is this idea that the government is lying to us all the time, which the more and more I 100% believe.
Right. But why would you be against them being transparent about if Epstein is being funded by a foreign
Well, I'm not
government
against
or
it.
foreign
I'm not
affairs,
against it.
would
I
you
think there should be transparency. I think
would you say that you would be for that information being released to the public, the Americans?
yeah, I think so. Especially so my actual position on this is that
Mhm.
Even if it effectively endangers Americans because the knowledge is made public. For
Yeah.
example, and I'll use this as an example. I have friends of mine who do bad things on faraway places to bad people so that we can all sleep at night.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
if they came back and they quit doing it tomorrow, I think after a length of time, all of that needs to be public knowledge. We need, as the public, to know what's being done in the name of our country, because
Sure.
this is why the Middle East is permanently pissed off at us, right? Because the
Right.
government lies to us, and then we tell the people who are telling the truth about what happened that they're lying because we believe our government rather than these goat herders over here.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorists. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I believe, I mean, my personal stance is that I think that
Mhm.
there should not be anything that is permanently withheld from the American people. This is
Permanently. Okay,
America.
that's the key word.
You're a citizen, and
Right.
you should know. Now, in a case like Epstein, right? And let's just be honest. Epstein is it did not happen here. There is some evidence. I don't know how much, because it's all. I mean, who knows what's real?
Right.
I've read initially, and this is why I'm so murky on it. Initially, I read that Epstein was not only flying men out to his island, he was also flying women from
yeah.
America to the island, and some of them may have been underage at the time. The problem is that May, could have possibly.
I thought he was flying in women that were overage, like women that did have money as well that went onto the island.
Well, so
he was also
that was the reason Ghislaine Maxwell was tried here.
Sure. Yeah.
Because in 2001 through 2004, when Epstein was investigated and convicted of pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Not that specifically. I'm just using that term, so I don't have.
Right.
I'm flirting with TOS enough tonight. I don't want to date TOS.
I got you.
So when Epstein was convicted, Maxwell wasn't convicted, but the idea is that she was recruiting U.S., not just British, French, all of these European girls. She wasn't just.
Did she recruit Rosie O'Donnell? No, I'm kidding.
Probably not. But I think her name was on one of the 177 that we know was on the list.
Rosie O'Donnell?
I think so.
Oh,
Ask
shit.
Ghost, he'll know.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm just making a logical conclusion that if she's recruiting underage women in these European countries, she probably recruited, intentionally or unintentionally, underage women in the United States to fly to this island. Right.
Sure.
And that I would understand if that would, that at that point, now you have U.S. citizens who are going out of the country to have underage relations with Americans. I feel like that still falls under our jurisdiction when they come back to America. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah, of course.
Right. I don't know. I'm not a constitutional lawyer. That may be, hey, once you're outside 12, what happens once you go out past 12 miles across the border?
I think it's still under the jurisdiction, especially because they're all U.S. citizens.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm not a constitutional lawyer. Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
So in that case, yes, I think that we absolutely have an interest. However, when we're talking about, French, German, English, Italian girls that may or may not have been underage, according to their individual countries, these Thai and other Asian women from other Asian countries that they were bringing in,
right,
which also may not have been against law in their countries. This is where it falls apart for me. This is where it all becomes very murky, and it's like it's the same reason I don't debate drug abuse, because my personal opinion is so fucked up on it, and that I just don't give a shit.
Would you say that they deserve it because they're the ones abusing the drugs and you just kind of just don't care?
If you go to Holland and smoke 10 pounds of pot and come back to the US, do you get charged with smoking pot?
No.
Okay. So if you go to Bangkok and you bang 10, 12-year-olds,
I see your point.
do
you come back to the United States and
come back to the United States and get charged with pedophilia?
Yeah, it could be out of the jurisdiction. I don't know the laws there, but I think the PDF shit is a little different than drugs. Maybe they have a different definition.
Yeah, I don't know. And again, I don't know. And this is why I don't really comment on it, because I think a lot of people are talking out of their ass.
They are. Yeah. They're speculating.
Talking out of their ass.
Yeah, I get you.
It's the same thing. It's the same problem I have. Like one of the reasons why I don't go to certain countries is because they allow really ridiculous shit, and it's perfectly legal. Why would I go there? Right.
Mm-hmm. I get you. It's an interesting take, Grid. I'll tell you that. But let me ask you.
Personally, I'd light them all on fire. But again,
right.
Again, I'm not the police of the world, Jake.
Yeah, I know. I get you. Can I ask you this though?
Yeah.
Trump saying, with the cover up and everything like that, what do you think his motivation is for just kind of putting this under the rug? You just believe he just doesn't care?
I don't see, that's a difference. I don't think he's putting it under the rug. I think he's putting it where it should be, on Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and Dan Bongino. They need to sort this shit out.
But
again,
he did say Pan is doing a great job, and she's doing an amazing job right now.
But he said that 2 or 3 weeks ago. He didn't say that yesterday, did he?
I think he did. He said
Pan really?
Bondi. Yes,
I missed that. If he said that yesterday, that's fucked up.
There was a new clip where he talked about that Coney and Barack Obama altered the files, and that Pam Bondi. This was yesterday. That Pam Bondi, because I did a stream on this. Pam Bondi, he's going to allow her to sort it out, and whatever she finds as valid information, that will be released.
Yeah, see, I gotta have. I mean, honestly, man, I want Kash Patel and Dan Bongino looking into this. I want Pam Bondi out of the way.
She's the main one, and I think
I understand.
Dan Bongino's
just asked me what I wanted. Look, I understand this is like not gonna happen, but I'm saying you asked me what I wanted, and what I want is this,
Yeah, I get you. You're right about that, but I am saying, like, I think there's rumors that Dan is actually having conflicts with Pam at this point.
You think?
Yes, and according to rumors or reports that. Dan is actually taking into consideration to quit the FBI because of how Pam has dealt with these Epstein files. Yeah. But maybe you're right. Maybe just give full control to, especially Dan. I think I trust Dan more so than Kash. I think Dan should be the head there. Yeah. Would it be different results? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know that the results are very relevant right now. I just want things to happen, and I kind of want to move on, but. Right. But again, I've been. You've got Lord of Pies out there saying that I'm endorsing Epstein, and I'm like, no. Honestly, I honestly hope that the truth is Epstein was shot in the back of the head by the CIA. Personally, that would have been perfect, fucking great to me.
Sure.
But
trust me, dude. Today I got accused of having a PDF file flag in the background from these fucking idiots. Because of the Trump.
Oh, dude, that annoys the piss out of me. Is everybody's like, well, Trump's a Peter. I'm like, dude, fuck you,
dude. And Wick said that. I was like, wait, bro, you're so biased. Every question is so loaded against me, and you don't even ask them questions. And when you do, it's like a fair question.
Softball.
It's softball. I'm like, Wick, you're so biased. And I called him out. This is why I had to call him out. I said, invite me back, but dude, bro, you are so fucking biased this whole time. This was a fucking 3v1 the whole time.
Yeah. So first of all, Ming, yes, you can do ketamine in India. You can do, you can do crack in Colombia. Nobody cares. But again, it's all illegal shit. It's a small world viewpoint that people take when they start bullshitting about enforcing American laws on other countries or whatever. So Ghost says the last thing that he knew, Trump said that he only wanted facts. That's true. I heard that too. Coming out, and he didn't want anything, people's names given away because it could ruin their life. Guilty by association.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I
was
agree
cool.
with
We
that.
can
Like,
say that.
until you've investigated, I mean, this is just normal shit. Why is anybody pissed about that? You know,
Yeah. No, I get you there. I get you there. I don't think we're
And,
asking for.
Ming, the Maxwell case is irrelevant because it's all from 2004, 2001. The only thing they talk about is 2001, 2004. They don't get into anything current. Every time they try to, her lawyer says, no, that's not relevant. Keep going back. But yes, there were quite a lot of names back in 2001 through 2004 noted. That's true.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
The Wick's reply that if you want an unbiased mod, go somewhere else is fucked up.
He did say
That is fucked up. That's why I don't go. I don't. It's not that I don't go there. I only go there and when I do go there, I make them rage quit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you this, Grid. I had a lot of fun on Wick's panel, though. To be honest, he only had one lunatic.
It's going to be confrontational, no matter what.
He had one lunatic on there, the guy that was fucking to my left, but the bottom, the bottom gentleman, he was a little bit more reasonable.
The guy that needs to turn his haircut and clothes back into the 70s show.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know what he like. He was like an Indian Mexican guy. I don't know what he was, but I was just like, yeah, that guy is very confrontational, and I like it. I'm fine with going back and forth with him. But as far as just outside of him, the other gentleman that he had, he was pretty reasonable, and Wick was just kind of just biased the whole time. But I did enjoy it, so I do want to go back. Yeah, that's for sure. I do want to go back, especially for that blood.
I have not been asked back by Wick. So the first time he had me on, I had this girl basically ready to rage quit, and Gibbs put her over the edge. And the second time I went on there, I didn't get the rage quit, but it was close. I had Nina about the cry. Oh yeah. She was if she hadn't been drunk, she'd have rage quit.
Yeah.
She was plastered.
Grid, I'll tell you this, man. Maybe we can get like a debate with me and you versus whoever whoever Wick can find for our opponents on whatever politics, whatever.
He'll bring soy pill. So I did lose a debate recently.
With who?
Econo Boy.
Never heard of him.
Well, so we were supposed to be debating socialism, and I assumed that he meant socialist agenda in the United States. And no, that motherfucker went full commie on me.
Oh shit!
And I was like, I didn't prepare. I was totally unprepared and whatever.
When was
I've debated Nina like 3 times. She is fucking dumb as a box of rocks.
Who, Nina?
It's Neeina, Nina, or however you fucking say her name. But,
okay. I don't think I know who that is.
Well, you would because she's drunk.
Okay, fair enough.
Guaranteed. It's fucking alcoholic.
Okay, fair enough on that, man. But I'll tell you this. But yeah, I think we should do that, man. I'll reach out to Wick. Maybe
I don't like to do team debates. I am looking to do a debate. I need a debate because I have not debated in a few weeks, and I'm kind of getting where I'm like, I am looking for a lefty to abuse. I just haven't found one that really wants to actually debate something worth debating.
Gotcha. Grid. Look, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna because I've been also looking for to set up debates on Project VOPod because I do want to moderate debates as well. I really want to get moderation into my skill set as well. Teriak has told me, hey, anything lined up, so I have Teriak there. I don't think you and Teriak disagree on too much, so that's irrelevant. But however, I do want to get you on to something here because I am going to be hosting a debate with Rob Noor and a mystery debater on the 24th. The 24th. So I have that set up. But Rob's been telling me like get these debates into your channel and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. We're starting this month, and I got some other ideas for different formats of debates that I think I'll do. I'm gonna start off with Rob Noor because Rob is always gonna be like, just bring it on.
Yeah, Rob's my boy.
Yeah, Rob's fucking awesome, bro. Like Rob is doing a lot of help to me, so I'll be doing that. But yeah, dude, I'll try setting up something there where I can do some 1v1s with you because
I want to do some 1v1s, and I want to do stand by 1 second. I just gotta
go for it.
Throw some background audio on. I just went live, so I'm gonna hang out over here for a couple of minutes, but got to give them something to listen to, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I don't know what to go. There we go. We'll just do that one.
Don't worry, I'll send the raid over to your channel afterwards, man.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, so so I'm gonna be kind of developing these type of debate format stuff, because obviously the channel, and I remember speaking to Sarah on your channel late night, and I told Sarah, like, Sarah has a niche. Her niche is purely just the debate formats, and she does it really well. For VOPod, even with like many of these channels, we're kind of like reactionists. We speak our opinions as well as doing debates, and we involve ourselves in debates. It's a very mixed bag here, but I do want to get more into the moderation type of stuff. So I'll definitely look for to set you up with some type of debate. I think feminism would be kind of a cool one.
Yeah, so I'm looking for someone to debate feminism, modern feminism, and the damage it's done, or I'm going to say damage has been done, but modern feminism in modern relationships and its effects. Yeah, I'm waiting for. I really prefer a female to debate that. Preferably a good feminist that actually understands feminism. But yeah, I haven't debated in a few. I mean, like really debated in a few weeks. Right. So need to get that in there, and then I've got some other stuff going on. So DebateCon, I need to figure out how many people are going to be here. But I want everybody that can to come to DebateCon. If you're listening to this, and you don't normally come to my show, and you come to Jake's, I'm at debate. Come to DebateCon. It's in Nashville. It's going to be super easy to find a hotel room. It's going to be super easy to do everything. There's tons of stuff to do here. It's a Saturday and Sunday, which kind of blows out the whole weekend. But if you fly in on like Friday and leave Monday, you can go rent a boat on the lake. There's all kinds of cool shit to do. It's a blast. And I'm going to probably Saturday night, I'm going to host a massive get together for my audience and anybody, any of my friends, frenemies, whatever. I think we're going to do some barbecue. We'll get some other stuff going on. I don't drink, so it'll be bring your own beer because I don't drink. I don't contribute to the delinquency of others. Right?
I do, by the way. I will bring my own beers.
Right, yeah. Bring your own alcohol. I may have Belinda buy alcohol for the Wilsons. I think they're going to show up. But other than that,
wait, is Andrew participating in the?
He is the headlining. He is the headliner.
Who's he debating?
We
don't know
yet. Don't know yet.
Awesome.
I'm sure he knows.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. So Andrew's going to be the headliner. Awesome.
Andrew is the headliner. It's 2 days of debate and I'm actually trying to. What I want to do is Friday night. I want to host live debates. I want to rent a studio because in Nashville, I can in this area I can rent a studio pretty easily. So what I want to do is I want to rent a studio and set up to have a live debate as kind of a pre-show to the DebateCon, and then do the party Saturday night, and then Sunday and maybe Monday do some after hours debates as well, live in the studio. I'll rent the studio and get everything set up and I think it's going to be. I mean, I want the after party to be better than the actual party.
Event. Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. By the way, Glenn, is Glenn gonna fly over there? I hope he does.
Yeah, Glenn's supposed to be here. So Glenn's already told me he's coming. I have a bunch of people who've said that they are going to be here. A bunch of people said they will be here if they can be. I'm hoping Rob Noor comes. Fabian Liberty's supposed to show up. That's on the that's on the fence. You've already said that you're going to make it.
Yes, I'm going to make it. Yeah.
That's super cool. On the opposing side, I think Destiny might crawl out of Florida long enough to do it. And I think Pisco will be here. Wow. Jasmine Jafar usually comes to the event, not
right.
We don't know if she actually ever Makes that
So
happen.
they'll go to the event, but well, who knows if they're going to even debate in the event? I don't know if Jasmine Varr or Destiny is going to be involved.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Alex Stein will be back.
Of
A bunch of
course.
other guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have it's gonna be a great weekend, like it was in New Jersey. But I want to, like that. I'm hoping that most people can be here from Monday and fly out maybe Friday and then fly out Monday night, because if we can do that, it'll be truly great.
Yeah.
And as we get closer, I'm going to start setting up those in-person debates.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be it'll be really cool.
Hell yeah.
And I know that like a lot of people just aren't really that far away. I know Wick's in Pennsylvania. That's like like
So is Rob.
7 or 8 hour drive. That's not that bad. I think Kissy Cat Oxcato she said that she's going to make it. I've got a lot of the audience that's already said they're going to show.
Right on. By the way, if you can set up the Pisco versus Rob Noor live in the studio debate, that would be fucking awesome, because
I think I might be able to do that, because
Yeah.
for some reason modern day so this is the thing. Modern day debate doesn't seem to want to platform Rob and Fabian Liberty and some of the others. So
yeah,
that's
Rob's
why
told
I'm
me a little
doing
bit about that. Yeah.
So
he's
I'm
told
going to
me a bit.
do the after debate, right?
Mhm.
And we'll just put it out on everybody's social media.
Yes.
Literally, I can, if there's literally no place like Nashville to do this, because there's so many studios, there's so many we have so many venues, like you have no idea.
Mhm.
And so it's going to be
Music
November.
City.
The weather's going to be great. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Dude,
And,
awesome.
yeah, I think it's really going to be super, super cool. And I can't wait. I had expected them to start selling tickets this week, but they have not yet.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, let me know when they do, because I need to buy the tickets as well. So I'm definitely going to be there over there
Yeah.
in Nashville. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, in theory, it's the weekend of the 15th. That's what I've heard. I think Andrew had confirmed that, and then there was like there was a potential for a change, but he really wants it locked in there. So
Yeah.
but, I got to go fire up my show. You gentlemen have a great rest of your evening. Lord of Pies, I know you can hear me, you poor bastard. So you should unblock me and not be a pussy.
He was in the chat earlier. He was talking shit to some of the chatters here.
Oh yeah, he was saying
yeah.
shit to me. He was telling me that I was that I endorsed a pedo or whatever.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Fuck you, dude. Lord of Pies. Fuck out of here with that shit.
For
Anyway,
sure.
You guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be over on my channel. You guys have
All right.
come on over if you want to have a good time.
I'll be sending in the raid soon, bro.
Oh, awesome, dude. Appreciate that. We'll see.
Of course. Have a good one, bro.
Yeah, man. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies. Oh shit. All right, ladies, which I don't think there's a lot of ladies here, and gentlemen. I hope you guys had fun, man. Fucking Wick. I'll tell you this. I enjoyed my time with Wick. I enjoyed going onto those panels and kind of having a dispute with the lefties that he brought on. Look, it is what it is. But I'll tell you this. I forgot the name of the guy that was on there. Don't remember his name. However, I did add all of them on X. So do expect them to come by Project VealPod to have a little bit more discussions and debates with these individuals. I'm glad I was able to kind of pop in to kind of network and get to know these other content creators that are online, man. I really do enjoy the conflict and the back and forth. So definitely do that. By the way, guys, yes, I will be over there at DebateCon. That's going to be fun. That's already set in stone. I'll also be August the 2nd. I'm going to have round 2 with Destiny on a debate, live stage debate with Destiny, August the 2nd. That's going to be streamed on Destiny's channel live, and then it will be reposted on Travis Pangberg's channel on YouTube. So Pangberg, I believe it's just Pangberg on YouTube. Go ahead and keep an eye out on there, because I will be debating Destiny again for the second time, August 2nd. I think that's like in 2 weeks or something like that. 2 weeks or so. So I will be doing that as well. Yeah, he's a cock. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, Destiny is a, yeah, I get it. I get it, Ming. I get it. But nevertheless, I'm going to be out there, so I'll get my face more exposed. But guys, thank you so much for fucking tuning in, man. Saw a bunch of familiar faces that caught the last stream that we did reacting to the Charlie Kirk debate with Josh Hammer, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to send you guys off to Grid 1. God bless y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next Project Veal Pod. Have a good night.